Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going? Vintage Power Rangers. We just got some. We got new Palworld, new The Hobbit. We got fresh Marvel Weiss. We've got, what other interesting things have been going on? Anything else that's really interesting? One Piece OP05. All right. Just to name a few sets that have hit the menu recently. Hey, what's up, guys? Let's turn on the comments right away. All right. We're playing Skyrim music once again. Let's turn on the ad revenue. Ads must be on. For a brief while, the ads were off because we changed to a new streaming app, and I guess when we did that, we lost our upload default settings. So that's why those went away briefly, but they were always on. Let's go grab the tags. Okay, let's see. Tags time. Let's see. We're going to grab all these. Here we are. Pop that in there and hit save. Good. So that's done. We got the tags. We got the ad revenue. Let's copy this. Let's go ping the Discord server. We'll say here, we're live right now for Wednesday daytime. All right. Good. Let's go advertise it on Instagram and Facebook now. Well, I get a lot of messages over there these days. Let's see. So Mike's site posted a video about coins. I don't think that's going to perform very well. We are. And we'll grab this. Whoa, this video did really well, though. I made this one last night. We're going to post this. And I'll delete this one. What year did you buy this box? Wow, crazy steal. This is more rare than base set English. All right, we'll close this. And we'll grab this one. All right, delete this. So I made a video and a picture post to Instagram today, and it's been doing pretty well. Can I pick at your brain a bit? Why not selling those 2 cards for a house? Yeah, it's something we think about, but, you know, we wouldn't want to do it until we're in Nevada anyways. Like, okay, let's say we sell some really big, expensive cards and it gets us like $400,000, right? Well, where should I sell them? Should I sell them from Missouri, where I pay 5% taxes on them? Or should I sell them from Nevada, where you save 5%? So, to put that into perspective, it's $20,000 saved. Like, I'm just going to go save $20,000 by selling them over there. That's the whole point of the move. We were researching that today, too. We were looking at different places we could potentially move. So, of course, there's Nevada, Las Vegas. But we're also looking at Reno again. And we, just for fun, we were looking at Tennessee. There's a real argument for Tennessee. Tennessee's nice, man. We're looking at Knoxville lake houses in Tennessee. Very beautiful out there. They got the Smoky Mountains. The lake houses are very similar to what we already know. We're living that lifestyle right now in Missouri. All right, let's see. Except Missouri doesn't have, let's post this. Missouri doesn't have no taxes. Tennessee does. Perfect reason to relocate. Come on now. There is no such thing as paradise. No matter where you live, you're going to have something wrong about the place you live, or maybe you'll look out and the grass is greener somewhere else. But I want like a base of operation, you know? I want a place where I've got the advantage because I'm living there, and it's going to be a no-tax state. It's the smartest move. Why not California, says Rain Bryant? Because California has a 13% top tax rate, and we would hit that top. Not only would we hit that top's tax rate, we would gain something called a tax nexus with California because we're inside of California, which means we'd be Californians selling to Californians. And that would activate like a sales tax that's really, really tough. So there's many good reasons not to be in California. That's why a lot of people have left California to go to places like Nevada. but I'm sure it's really pretty. I'm sure the beach is really pretty. I'm just not, I don't have $10 million in my pocket, so I don't really want to compete with guys who do out there. That's a good reason right there. So, you know, it's, if I'm going to be forced to buy a roasty toasty house in the away from the beach where it gets up to 100 degrees anyways, I might as well just go live in Nevada and benefit from saving all those taxes, you know. All right, let's see. Let's see. 11% sales tax in Long Beach, California. Whew. Yeah, the fault line also, yeah, so the fault line is one thing. If California got hit with one disastrous earthquake, which they predict that could happen, if it got hit by one of those, and let's say in theory my house like fell apart and I don't know, caught on fire, or like it got looted, or like let's say a bunch of slabs got crushed, you know, you're looking at potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars in losses in Pokemon cards just right there. Unless all my cards were like stored in a certain way, perhaps. But you know, like again, like if a fire, because sometimes a fire breaks out in an earthquake, but not always. But you know, if you're in a place with very few natural disasters, that's an advantage. And another thing that California suffers from is forest fires. So, but I'm sure we could pick a house that has no trees around it. It's just, you never know. You know what I mean? You never know with the strong winds and all that. Nevada, Las Vegas doesn't have a history of forest fires. Probably because they don't have a forest. There's no trees out there. They have like some palm trees. I guess they have like some eucalyptus trees, but not much grows out in the desert. So there's there's nothing to set on fire. So kind of an advantage there. We are. Reno, maybe that's a little bit different. Reno could probably have some forest fires. It would depend on where you buy. But I'm sure I could buy a house in California somewhere that doesn't really have too much of a chance at a forest fire. But, you know, even if you're not counting the trees catching on fire, it could just be the houses catch on fire, set each other on fire, you know. So it's an interesting conversation for sure. We took a legitimate look at California for a while because, you know, when you look at the roads and all that, it's very pretty. You guys have like tall palm trees, you have big hills, you got a lot of national parks, you got a lot of ocean, although it's kind of cold ocean, right? So like if you want the better beaches, Hawaii and Florida have the better beaches, you know, they just do. But so you guys got a little bit of a nice beach and it's a little bit chilly, but the water itself is a little bit chilly. It's probably good on the hottest days of the year and if you have a wetsuit and all that. But I'm just thinking, you know, like the price to have all that is so outrageously high, even if you do buy a cheaper, smaller home, right? Like I can buy a larger home in Nevada and actually enjoy having like a yard and some space. If I spend that same amount of money in California, you're buying like a 1960s, 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, you know, 1,300 square foot home. Yeah, you can do the same thing in like Las Vegas and get like a 3,000 to 4,000 square foot home, same price. So it's like, you know, you're just getting a lot more home. And I guess we could just fly to California sometimes, you know, you visit it sometimes. That's what I figure. But the traffic is really different too. So there's like a difference in the traffic as well. So to really enjoy the weather in California, what I learned from my research, you really have to buy a house right next to the beach. You can go maybe about 30 minutes away from the beach, but if you go past a certain point, the heat kicks up to like 90, you know, maybe higher depending on where you are. But boom, what that means is like all that benefit of the good weather really changes depending on your proximity to the beach, because it's the cold air from the water that's making it comfortable. That's why it's so comfortable. So you do have to buy one of those pricey houses closer to the beach. If you buy further behind the beach, you're just getting roasted like everywhere else in the country. So, you know, you could just go get roasted in Reno. Why not? Reno gets the 90. All right. So we're setting up for I'm talking house prices again. We talk a lot about it. Let's see. Other card sets. We're going to say Power Rangers Series 2, $12. All right. We got one last box of Power Rangers Series 2. And let's go put it back on the menu. Wait, did I throw it away last time? I hope I didn't. In Southern California, we pay for the weather as much as we're paying for the property. Yeah, you know, I hear a lot about that, by the way. The weather. And I get it. There's a lot of 70-degree weather. Oh, it looks like we need to add it back on. We are. That's really nice. I don't think you can argue that it's not nice, but it's like, you know, the summer doesn't kill you, right? Like there's a whole country of people that just live in the summer, right? And the winter definitely doesn't kill you. I actually kind of like the winter. I think if I lived in a place with no winter at all, I'd be kind of sad about it. I kind of like the winter. I like the snow. I like the cold air. I like feeling like it's Christmas, like your Christmas tree belongs, you know, pine trees and all that belong. I like that feeling. It's a good feeling. I gotta sneeze. Woo. All right, there we go. Yeah, like there's actually a pretty significant stretch of time in Las Vegas where the weather's actually really nice. And then you have 4 months of hell. And you have like the winter months get down to 50. So it's a little bit chilly. I like chili. I don't know about you guys, but chili's good. Chili is good. All right, let's crop this image a little bit. Yeah, we like a little bit of chili. You know, I feel like this image didn't come out square enough. Let's zoom back in. Okay. We're apparently having to relist this one on our website because I didn't mark it as sold out. I just threw it away. So we got to put this one back up, okay? So we're going to go ahead and do that. Get it done on that. Excuse me. So let's go ahead and jump over here. Welcome, guys. It's Wednesday. I'm so tired, guys. Man, I'm exhausted. I feel like I barely slept. You are? California and Hawaii have the best weather in the world. Yeah, I mean, and that's what you typically see is anywhere where people are trying to get to really hard, the price of the homes go up, and then eventually the price of the taxes apparently go up. And a big part of the reason for that is because, well, you know, no one's leaving. You know, you're forced to bring the taxes back down if everyone leaves. But if everyone's sticking around, you're like, oh, we get to do high taxes. All right, so it just might be the nature of it, like paying a ticket to get into a resort. You know what I'm saying? All right, so we uploaded this, right? Yes. Hawaii just got nailed by a hurricane. I know, I've been watching that. That was one of our concerns with Hawaii, is that it might be hurricane prone. We don't want to mix our cards with hurricanes. We want a long-term plan, a very like 20-year long-term plan to secure our cards. They must be fireproof, earthquake-proof, tornado-proof, hurricane-proof, flooding-proof. We need all those things. And then we need to be able to leave our home and go on vacation and know that it's like an impenetrable fortress. So those are all the things we're looking for. All right, so now we're adding this to the website. Shipping from Hawaii could be a lot. Yeah, that's another risk as well. That's the same problem with Alaska. So Alaska and Hawaii have some of the worst shipping. All right, we're gonna head into add new product. Hey, mister, I'm heading back to the US today. Sweet! Summer break almost over? What time is it? Yeah, it is. It's August. English Power Rangers Series 2. Vintage Power Rangers. All right, I don't need to say too much. The price is going to be $12. We're going to set the product image. I know why this wasn't on the website, because we never added it to the website. That was why it wasn't on the website. I remember this now. I decided it wasn't going to be on the website because we were going to sell through it so fast. And we did. We actually sold through it super fast. Shipping from Vegas might be cheaper than Missouri since Vegas is such a hub. It is, yes. Vegas is a major airport, and Dallas would have been the same way. I don't know about Tennessee, but Nashville, Tennessee couldn't have been too bad. There we go. Looks great. Okay, look at that website, guys. Check this out. Check this out. We got our beautiful Power Rangers, Palworld, The Hobbit. We got Final Fantasy. We got our new Topps packs. These won't last. I'm telling you guys, I sell out of these all the time. These won't last. Those will sell. And then I'll have to get a new box, and we'll be opening a new box. The Amiibos, Riftbound did really well. Storm Emeralda has slowed down a little bit. This is done. Oh yeah, we've had this whole time, interspecies reviewers. And then I finally added it to the website. Animal Crossing with the cute little Hello Kitties. Lorcana has not done well. Luckily, I did not acquire a whole bunch of it. So we just bought a little, and it hasn't sold much. This hasn't done well either. I have a whole case of this to go through. It's $9 a pack, huh? The PokeBruhs are doing well. Pitch Black did okay. This is doing very well. Nobody pulled the Altart Sylveon, by the way. What do we have over here? OP16. This one did okay. Brown Dust did really well. We sold through almost 2 full cases. And then this did really well. This was super popular. Geobunko, not so much. Pokemon Japanese Jumbo Packs out of stock. Huh. All right, cool. What do you guys think of that? Can we sort by most popular? Let's see, popularity. Custom boosters, of course. So custom payments, these are the most popular. This one became really popular when we sold through tons of it for a while. Look at Prismatic. One Piece OP15. Cool, that one moved up, huh? So these are popular, huh? Wow. Out of stock. Cool, man. The website's a lot of fun, don't you guys think? All right, we'll go back to latest. Latest tells you what we got in stock. I love that we're using our own pictures now. That looks so good. I'm very proud. Mister, I responded to you on Discord when you have some time. Oh, yeah, you were asking about, like, sending in some cards, and then I have to send it off to PSA. So, listen, we could do that, but, you know, if you can do it yourself, you're going to save some money. If you have me do it, you got to pay me to be a middleman. And, you know, here's the deal. When I have to do a submission for a whole group of people, that's really efficient. It's a good use of my time. When I'm just doing like 2 cards and it's just for you and, you know, I'm doing all the same work, it is super inefficient. So I can charge you a fee for it if you really want, but I'm probably not going to be like super cheap. So if you just do it yourself, you save lots of money. We are. We are. Okay. The other thing I would say is, you know, you could also just look for people who already got the signature and posted it for sale online. I don't know how I feel about signatures. How do you guys feel about signatures? You guys think signatures are good investments? I can't tell yet. I don't know how I feel about siggies. Boom, let's just rip it off. Look at this bad boy. Oh, yeah. Well, they look different than the other ones. Gold foil stamped Magic Morpher. Wow, these are different than the last ones. Cool, man. Well, there we are. They're $12 each. I just got this 1 box of it. That's it. These were really popular and sold out last time. So that is a box of those. Super neat. I don't want to ship my cards to my dorm. LMAO. Oh, yeah, that kind of makes sense. A little risky, too, even if it's not just a little dorky. You can't have your girlfriend finding your card. She'll be like, what are you doing? No, I'm just kidding. There we go. Very nice. All right. Throwing this away. Good. Cleaning that up a little bit. This table, look how kind of pale it looks. The black ink's wearing off of it. Look at this. This curl is caused by my arm being there. Isn't that crazy? Crazy. I'm trying to fix that, but it just doesn't work. All right, here we are, man. Okay, let's take a look at the orders. Do we have any orders? I was doing some real estate work. We just dropped the price of that home to $145 because we're hoping to get it sold. Juan Gonzalez, he says, let me get a spot on the Pikachu Gengar sublist and 1 live custom booster. All right, so there is first order of today. It's going to be another spot in this Gengar Pikachu sublist. You guys can always just buy straight into the Pikachu Gengar. I think this card right here is one of the big stories because it just keeps moving. I mean, it's at 11 now. How did it was like at 6 yesterday, either 5 or 6. Might have been at 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spots in a day. I mean, that's huge. That's a lot of movement. And so I would expect this guy to go off sooner than you expect it to. It may still take 2 to 3 weeks, but it's going to go off. Did you guys check this Gyarados? He's just really expensive, unfortunately, but he's an Ancient Origin stamp card. Super cool. Spot number 1 is the winner. Promote that Tyranitar break more, mister. It's getting hot. Yeah, they're both hot. 1 live custom booster. Let's grab it. All right. The live custom booster. I can't remember. Did we put a $400 card in here yet? We have put a $400 card in here for sure. 1, 2, 3. To the back. 4. Okay. Ah, one cold one. We got one RK9. Stamped. Gary didn't even notice till you showed it. Oh yeah, that's a stamped reverse hollow Ancient Origins Gyarados. Check that out. We snuck that up onto the table earlier. Potential slab away for somebody. He's just, I like Gyarados, but I'm going to give him up. I'm going to be giving a lot of things up in order to make this move. And after the move is over, we can go back into accumulation mode. Right now, we're in liquidation mode. Could take us 6 months to 1 year to be done with it all, but we'll be back to, you know, hoarding, building. It's like, you know, it's a temporary thing. All right, so we added Power Rangers. That's done. And it looks like there's no orders in the queue. Okay, so a little bit of a slow start. That's all right. We started, yesterday was just really out of control, I felt. Did you guys notice that? Yesterday, there were so many, dude, there were so many people in the stream buying stuff yesterday. It was like, I was busy from beginning to end yesterday. And over here, we just started the stream. What we need to do, we need to expand where we multi-stream to. Like, we multi-stream to Facebook now. I just learned how to do that. We need to get that going for other places as well. I kind of want to see Facebook. I want to see my dashboard on Facebook. What does it say? Wow, we're getting close to 1.2 million views in 1 month on Facebook. Facebook is giving us numbers, man. We made $82 in ad revenue. Crazy. And all these years, we weren't posting on Facebook. All these years, we were just ignoring it. Huge mistake. As a content creator, that was a clear mistake. People still scroll Facebook. All right. I just thought, all we need is YouTube. That was a very foolish way of thinking. Here's Magaton, Tyrogue, the Poker Mario, Classic Pikachu, this beautiful Snorlax for 210. He's a great card. Magnemite for 300. He's really good. And Checklist Cardos. That needs to go into the expensive slabs channel. Here's Boblin. All right. So let me take a picture of this for the pricey slabs channel. I can't believe how much people make on there, especially with the auction platform. I think you'll do well on TikTok Live. Facebook is for boomers. Do you sell items on the live? Yes, I do. That's exactly what the point of the live stream is. This is a rip and ship. It's a live card shop, and we've been hosting this live card shop for 7 years. So it's been going on for a really long time. This is one of the oldest ones. When I started, I was the first person on YouTube to do it. All right, we want to take a picture of this in the Pricey Slabs channel. Here we are. And we'll just grab this and click picture. There we go. All right. All right, there we go. Now, I'm going to run back here. I'm going to show you guys something new, okay? So we got the first one of these posted in our Discord server. This is in the consign ad. Oh, the camera's doing that stupid thing. Hold on. There it goes. All right, this is in the consign ad channel. And these are actually cards for sale that I don't have with me. They're basically like somebody being able to list their cards straight into our Discord server. That's a new thing we're doing. I post the picture for them. If the sale occurs, they ship me the item. So I hold your money, they ship me the item, and then I forward it to you. So that's how it would work. So anytime you want to dual list your items, maybe you already got it on eBay, but maybe you also want it over here with us. You can pick a price, attach it to the slab, and send me a picture, and I'll dual upload it for you. You'll get uploaded over here. So we got the standard consignment channel with a lot of cool stuff in it, I might add. There's a lot of good cards in here. So we got the regular consign channel, and then we got the consign ad channel. This is for items that have to be forwarded to me from that person's home before I can ship it to you. But yeah, so if you're at home and you got some slabs, you might want to sell them. Just send me a picture and I'll dual upload it here. Okay, you can have it on eBay, but you can also have it here. All right, that's something I talked about wanting to do for a while, and we finally did it. Hey, it's Jeff Leon. What's up, Jeff? Should have had that a long time ago. You know, it's crazy. We're in year 7, and I'm still coming up with new ideas. Like, why wasn't I doing that the whole time? Here it is. All right. And we'll place this card back in here. Should have been doing that the whole time, don't you think? So I get these beautiful slabs here. It's time to take a picture of them and pull them down. Okay, we're going to go over to the tens channel. Oops. And I think we can get rid of the old tens channel now. I think it's officially that time. Wonder if it's time for bag sort. So this is an M. This is an M. Going into the M box. This is a T. This is an S. This is a V. So these go in the Z box. And what else was I thinking? Yeah, let's throw away that old channel now. We can finally throw it away. Tens old. Edit channel, delete channel. So that channel is now so old that we don't offer those prices anymore. Good, 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 good. It's good to keep innovating. Yeah, so that's a new method. You can sell your slabs right in our Discord server. You would just send me a picture and I'll repost it for you. Here's Squovit. We used to have a whole server where you could go in there and post all day long, but it was like a $5 membership. That was called Pokestand. That's what we called it. We called it Pokestand. Kind of a funny name, right? And yeah, you could go in there and just post your stuff for sale in that Discord server. But you know, I felt like the Discord server wasn't busy enough. And the only way to make it busy was for me to constantly advertise it. And I was like, why am I advertising that server when I don't even advertise my own server that much? You know, my private Cardconomist server. So I was like, yeah, we shouldn't be doing this. Ooh, where's Tina Lee? She needs to see this one before Mr. Arturo scoops it up. Zagok, here's Squirtle, and here's Torterra. Nice. All right, we have a little order from a Mr. Kevin Maldonado. All right, Kevin. Clicking on this. Kevin says, final payment for my slab away. Zagok, I love that guy. Yeah. All right, Kevin with the K, who has CGC 10 Rayquaza from March. Let's go grab it. Would you be selling any cards around $10,000 or more range? Probably eventually. All right, let's see. Kevin. Mr. Kevin. Let me set this here. Let's see. You're asking a very similar question to what Mr. CSman asked last night. He said, where's your good ones? I don't want any of your bad ones, just the good ones, please. Let's see. Grails only, please. There we go. That's sold. Oh, I wonder if that's a good price now. So he got it for $400. I bet you that's a good price by now. Okay, Mr. Kevin. I'm a little bit curious about it. It's called Best of XY. Let's go take a look. Also, let me remove this from Slab Away. Another successful Slab Away payment is done, guys. He acquired that card since March. Now it's August. When Mr. starts busting out the real pricey pony slabs, you know he's serious. Oh, I listed 2 boxes for sale on eBay, by the way, which you could have me bring them over here to the table and open them if anyone's wanting these. Let me show you. So we listed a couple items on eBay. Here's that Absolute Discord box right here for $600, I guess. And then here's, so check this out. A lot of people won't appreciate this. These are first edition. So these are those alpha print run boxes, which I think are really rare. So those are for sale, and I'm just getting rid of everything. Everything that can be sold is going to be sold. I'm tempted to keep this one, actually, the Harry Potter one, because I might crack that one and add it to the menu right now. Yeah, that's base set Harry Potter. There's 4 watchers on it. I mean, it seems like that one would be worth to just take it down before it sells on eBay. Just looking at my own stuff now. All right, get my head on straight. Okay. We got to get that rocket pack to go off, people. You guys want to see how many people are in there? Let's take a quick look. We got the cheap split. That's going to be the tops pack. And we got the pricey split. All right, now let's take a look. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's the rare candy. I got the wrong one. Hold on. It's the one right behind it. All right. These bags all kind of flap about each other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got 5 people here out of 11 people for the vintage rocket pack. second Pony English set came out too. When Mr. starts busting out the... All right, there we go. Good. Let's see. So Kevin's all done with that. Congratulations, Kevin. Oh, I remember what we were about to do. We were about to look up if that card went up in price. So he slabbed that away for $400. And at the time, that was a red label, right? So it was overpriced. With the idea, I'll pay it down over 6 months, and hopefully it's worth more by then. XY, best of Rayquaza. I'm curious. Yeah, look at that. So now the cards... Yeah, the card has actually moved up in price. How crazy is that? It actually works. It's so strange. All right, very neat. Mr. should invest into a tailor-made chair and invest in his posture. We do have something like that. We have one of those fancy Herman Miller chairs, and it's been doing great. I think I've had the same chair for like 3 years or something now, maybe 4. So the Herman Miller chair has been really good. Ooh, here's a $2,400 Hello Kitty card. There's Shanks. Jumping that Shanks break is 25 bucks. Here are the booster pack breaks. We just showed those off. Mega Tyranitar. We got the rare candy break. All right, so it looks like we need a fresh card over here. So here's Simba. Okay, Simba there. Shuppet the Puppet. Okay, I like that one too. And, well, we can put this one too. Ghost Right Hand. All right, these are all ready to come down. Rip any Palworld cards yet? Yeah, we've ripped a round of them. Mr. Thim opened a round. I don't think he pulled anything significant out of there, though. We are. I don't think there's that much demand for them. Like, I heard people were kind of going crazy for them, but that has not been what we've experienced. Kabutops, Ghost. These can go here. And then Tingle, Simba, Shuppet. Here it is. I'll put that there. I think there's probably a lot of greedy scalpers holding on to the product for sure, but yeah, I don't hear people like going nuts like, oh my god, it's Palworld, I can't wait to open it. You got any more of that Palworld, bro? Mr., how are your streams compared to 2023? I'd definitely say we've in the last month experienced a lowering of viewership, and that correlates with we just lost like 200,000 views in our shorts in the last month. So I think YouTube has changed their algorithm for shorts, and they're not showing our shorts off as much anymore, like significantly less. So we got to figure that out. On the plus side, on Facebook and Instagram, where we've just now started posting mic site content over there, they're both pulling in like almost 1 million views each. So I got to figure out how to multi-stream to those other platforms over time so that we can build an audience over there and expand that way. But yeah, it's the Pokemon card market is pretty saturated. There's a lot of people doing it. There's a lot of competitors, and I would say you got like even more platforms doing it now. Like eBay Live was pretty recent actually. It came out like less than a year ago, didn't it? So there's a lot of saturation, and that's all right. We'll still keep going and having fun, and I'm not too concerned about it. Our sales are about as good as ever, and I think we continue to offer a really unique experience. Like for us, it's these breaks like this Gengar Pikachu is really good. This Mega Tyranitar, walk away with the CGC 10 Tyranitar, our vintage pack splits. So I think we continue to see very steady sales and have really interesting moments together. In the meantime, on YouTube, we got to figure out how to make long form content. It's kind of like a pain in the butt. We got really good at shorts, and it's looking like now we need long form content for YouTube, like stuff that people search for. All right, let's go ahead and hit refresh. Let's see. I'm going to jump over here too. Let's see. Good to see you again. I've been gone for a while, but have had some time to stop in today, says RNGR. What's up, man? The second set of English KU Pony dropped, I meant. Maybe try a box, not a case. I can't believe I watched you when I was halfway through college. Now I'm years out of it. I know, the time has really flown by, hasn't it? What stamps are the best to collect other than Crystal Guardians? Any of those stamps do well. But, there's some stamps that you probably never considered collecting, like pre-release stamps from modern sets or staff cards. I hope you and the lady have been well. Box openings. Here, let me click on this. Yesterday, for example, was really, really crazy. You're showing up on Wednesday, and so far the beginning of Wednesday is a little bit slow. But Tuesday, we were like, people were waiting like an hour for their turn. So we were really busy yesterday. Sales volume is very high for this month. It looks extremely good. We are. Yeah, weird. So we have fewer viewers in the last month, but we have virtually higher sales. It's kind of it's like a contradiction. You wouldn't expect that. Here's the high ground. It's Musabot. What's up, Musabot? Here's Trico. Here's another Vileplume. Ooh, I bet you this is underpriced. I heard that the SpongeBob cards are going up. Okay, here's Yachiru Unohana. Old Maid Tatsugiri. And this very cute Yoshi, which we just had him up on the table not too long ago. It's Mr. Nogla. What's up, man? He says, keep commentary on the packs or TCG topic, etc. Anyways, have a good one. You like the conversation around, you know, like the Pokemon market? I think you mean like the market, right? Yeah, we talk a ton about the Pokemon market and how it's shifting, how it's moving, what's happening next. I can tell you guys what's happening next for me. I'm moving. So that's the most important thing in my life right now, whether the market goes up or whether the market goes down. We're going to be focusing on selling a whole bunch of slabs, probably at a decent price. Maybe a couple of them we kind of are a little more stingy over, because I don't know if I want to sell like all my favorite personal collection items, but anything that was just being held as sort of like an investment and it was sort of not personal, you'll probably see that get priced up over time. And especially if we have like a day with the slower stream, we'll have more time to price stuff up. Like yesterday, actually, I was supposed to be pricing up these graded booster packs, and I didn't actually get a chance to do that. Nogla, how's it going, man? Red Suno with Chiha. How about that? Read his other message. Oh, there was more messages. I didn't even see that. The best long form would be opening new sets the day of release or even prior to the release day if possible. Yeah, that was kind of true in the video game, I don't want to say industry. For playing video games, if you could talk about DLCs or new content the day it came out, that made it a good video for news. But let's see. Not sure if you got the hookup like that, though, with people, but yeah, that's my advice. Little to no editing. Just start strong and get into packs fast, and then when the last pack is finished. Yeah, so I have been actually watching some long-form content to kind of get an idea of what people are clicking on. You know, one of the problems I actually struggle with is when I watch that content, I do actually get kind of bored. So weirdly enough, for me personally, like, you know, talking about, I like this set so much, I feel like a lot of the content gets targeted toward children, and it gets kind of boring. And then the other kind of content you sort of run into a lot is sort of like, you know, like crypto investor bros who are maybe closer to what I'm doing. But they, you know, they speculate on whether a set's going to make $1 million or not. Oh, you got to buy this one. You got to buy that one. And, it's going to go to the moon. And I don't know why, but something about that content just sort of like pisses me off or gets me bored really fast. So it's weird because I should really talk about something, but I haven't really found maybe like what I'm passionate about talking about when it comes to making the long form content. All right. So we're going to get a price on this Wax Pack Mario. How about that, guys? I'll probably figure something out. Here. I know people like it when I sit down and make a guess about which direction the market's going. Let's see. Just do it. You're right. You don't need to do it. Other people say you're well able to talk about it. Yeah, definitely. I'm yippity yappity over here. Here's Mario. Hey, by the way, we got a website now too. Do you like that? You told me a long time ago to get a website. All right. So here's PSA 8 Wax Pack Mario. Put that away. Oops. Like, I finally stopped and I watched Logan Paul make his video about, so he made his video about like the glossy Pikachu, the first one ever. And man, I was bored like in the first 3 minutes of it. I was bored so fast, and I said, wow, this video got a lot of views. If I made the same video, I would be successful. But I wouldn't like making this content. So I'm like, how do I make something that I actually enjoy? And I feel like that's actually really tricky. Actually, it's kind of at the heart of your success on YouTube in a certain way, because if you can't enjoy what you're doing, you're not likely going to make it. But, you know, he starts out his video with like, and then I had this big, fancy, expensive wedding, and I made millions selling the $16 million Pikachu, and then, it was just kind of taking on and on and on. I was like, get to the point, get to the point, get to the point. That's how I felt about it. So that's what's fascinating about like movies too, right? Like movies are really long, right? There's like an hour and a half, 2 hours, 3 hours. And the idea is they're going to show you something so interesting that you're going to sit there for 2 hours and watch it. How do they do that? How do they get something that interesting? And it's the same way with, I guess, YouTube content. They're going to show you something so interesting then instead of just doing like a short and passing information on to you in like 10 seconds, you're going to sit there for like 20 minutes and watch like scene after scene after scene. That's tough to do with Pokemon, man. That is tough to do with Pokemon. Like, there's a lot of content where that might work, but man, that is tough to do with Pokemon. Wow, that got pricier. That used to be like 80 bucks. The No Glow Mr. stream from years ago is my favorite. What a good time. Mister, you got to open pony packs. That grabs everybody's attention. Yeah, just do it. You'll learn along the way. Mister, your best long-form stuff would be focused around vintage and niche Pokemon stuff like poker cards. Donation ranking update, Mister. Donation ranking update. Wait. Yes, okay, let me do that for you, Mr. Musabot. Here you go. So Musabot, the Generous, we're going to have to start calling him. He's going to have a subtitle. He's going to have like a special notation by his name. This one's going to go from, let's see, August donations. Oh, you're not going to say Musabot in here. So it's 578 plus 25. Man, it's hard to believe it, but Mr. Musabot has given away $603 this month. That's a lot of money. Jesus Christ, dude. All right, there it is. Very nice. Round 1 arcade stores have exclusive one-piece cards right now. All right, so here's also a link. Can't believe that these have reached $100. They used to be so much cheaper. Like, they actually used to be $75 not too long ago. But I guess everything's just kind of going up right now, man. Everything's going crazy. So, let's see. Where'd my phone go? Okay, here's a link for 120. 120. I'll do 115. So there's Mario. There's Link. Here's one that might sell a little bit faster because it's actually Pokemon. So this is XY Evolutions Charizard. Yeah, long form content, huh? I don't know. Like, what would I actually watch? What you guys might find interesting is I almost never watch long form Pokemon content. I just can't do it. It doesn't hold my attention very well. And I feel like a great deal of it is just made for kids. All right. I'm getting Spyro. Yeah? So let's look this up. It's going to say PSA 8. Evolutions. Charizard. Booster. Sad that that got an 8, you know? So you're going to be about 125. Musabot the Generous, they're calling you. They're saying, we've never had a guy this generous before. Let's see. Let me fix this real fast. There we go. All right. You could sit down and talk about your trip to Walmart for 40 minutes, and I would watch it because it's entertaining as hell. Yeah, you know what's weird is that's closer to something I would watch too. I don't know if I would just watch people talk about Pokemon for 40 minutes. Because it's like let's say you run like a car parts store and you sell like nuts and bolts, right? I don't think I could watch a 40-minute video on the next set of nuts and bolts. I think I'd go a little bit crazy. But if the owner of the shop was talking about his craziest story, like the craziest customer he ever had, that's a little easier to listen to. It's almost like, okay, this is something that's actually got a story. Like, what's the story to Pokemon? Okay, the 30th anniversary is coming out, guys. Let's talk about whether it's investable. Like, yeah, it either is or it isn't. Actually, you know, if you listen too much of that stuff, I think overall, you start to slowly turn into a sneakerhead. It happens slowly, subtly. You don't notice it at first. But all of a sudden, you're wearing designer, you know, t-shirts, and you've got a backwards baseball cap on your head, and you start talking about ROI, and you say, bro, if you don't even got a Rolex on your wrist, don't even approach my vending table. You gotta have 2 Rolexes on your wrist, bro. You know, you start talking and thinking like that, and it's like, that is the reality of Pokemon, right? Like, that is how it is. But it's like, if that was the only thing we talked about, I think I'd go a little crazy. I think that's why we end up talking about such a broad variety of things on this channel, is because it's like, while you're working on the market, my brain's enjoying something else, you know? Because obviously I spend a lot of time here. The packs that have gum, sometimes you can freeze it off. I watch mainly for the conversations and pokies. Mister, you think it's a good idea to buy that XY Evo and crack it open and rip? Wow, that's actually a really great question. Give me a second here. You know, I don't normally sell XY Evolutions. We used to sell it. But we took it off the menu like months ago because I only have a little bit left. That would be a little bit of an expensive thing to do. So I don't know if I would recommend that, but you could do it if you wanted for the kicks, just because it would be funny. But it definitely wouldn't be the cheapest way to open this product. No, it would not. All right, the reverse hollow are crazy valuable, but they don't grade 10 very often. Okay, let's stop pricing things. Let's go grab an order out of the queue. Let's see what we got going on. It's 5:14. We have an order from Team Rocket Grunt. He says 2 live custom snipes. Snipe. All right. Have you gotten any CGC returns yet? They're taking a long time. Yeah, they're taking so long, man. Let's take a look at tag, by the way. Any updates? Nope. I got 2 orders that say verification process. And then over here, CGC just charged me for another submission. But I don't think they're actually working. Yeah, they're not working on any of them. All right, so here are some of those graded booster packs. I'm going to set those to the side for a minute, and then let's take care of Team Rocket Grunt. Okay, 2 live custies. Graded booster packs, they're a really interesting product because it's like they take up so much room on the table and they don't fit on the camera properly. 1, 2, TRG, but on a winning streak for sure. My PSA order moved to quality assurance today. Nice. Good deal, man. We got Chainsaw Man. Oh, yes. Old Maid Psyduck. Pristine. Ooh, you pulled the pristine one. That's going to be kind of expensive. All right, let's go grab it. I remember because I kept the pristine pricing on because I thought, well, if something was going to be valuable as a pristine card, it might as well be Psyduck. Here it is. Psyduck, 125. He can be re-rolled for $100. Or you can keep them. You usually don't keep them, you know? I wonder what would have been the better outcome for you. Imagine this, 2 scenarios, Team Rocket Grunt. In one scenario, you always kept them. In another scenario, you always re-roll them. I sent my Neo file to Charizard off. He's watching, right? He was just here, wasn't he? He might not be here. He might have stepped away. So let me do this for him. He might have stepped away. Okay. Well, I hear those birds chirping. They're right outside the window. Chirp, 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 chirp. We have an order from NHCC Zardy Evo Slab. So you don't really get a chance to crack it because it's already sold. All right, here you have it. Oops. There we go, NHCC. And we're going to get yet another sleeve. That's how we do it, double sleeve. There we go. That's needing a picture. Let's take a picture. Picture for the digital collection. Yes. All right, there we go. Mr. NHCC. Thanks so much, man. Tossing this back over here. And now who's next? We have Jesus Aguilera. He says, 1 Final Fantasy Blissful Eternity booster box. Okay, if you'll give me a moment, I have to open a fresh case. I'll be right back. Here we are, blissful eternity. So blissful. Boop. The question is, how much more of this do I buy? Because if I place another order for it, you know what'll happen? I'll tell you what'll happen. All orders for this product will stop. That's how Final Fantasy works in a card shop. You don't have enough, and then when you do a restock, nobody wants it anymore. I'm playing Skyrim again. Nice. All right. Throwing that away. Dude, that Yoshi is adorable, man. Oops. I've graded that Yoshi before. The first time I had him up on the table, he sold pretty fast. This is the second time he's been for sale. Okay, ready? Yesterday was ladies' night. Oh, Musabot, I have this for you. Check this out. Look at this. Moltres Zapdos Articuno. You like that card? That's a fancy card, isn't it? Okay. Two-handed. Hey, mister, could you show what breaks you currently have? I'm sure we could go over the breaks. They haven't really changed. They're the same breaks. Actually, they're exactly the same breaks as yesterday. All right, we're going to snip this. Good. And we're going to snip this. Good. And snip these. And snip some of these. How about Ray Ray? So the Rayquaza is a TheCardconomist graded card. I don't know if you truly want that. Yes. All right. It's a TCCG card that I took back off the market for myself. There we go. Let's see what we got. I remember have some of those. I just gave them out on Halloween. Little did I know. These? All right, you ready? This is a whole box for Jesus Aguilera. A whole box of Final Fantasy Blissful Eternity. We've got Aron. One whole box. Soldier. Samurai. Ooh, konnichiwa. Barnabas. Here's Vincent. Here's EX Death. Here's Bart's. Here's Seymour Butts. Okay. You were just handing them out. Oh my God, dude. I mean, to be honest, when they first came out, I did that a little bit too. So, you know, I would give them away as like, oh, you got a bad round? Here's a little bonus. I tended to do that with a lot of promo cards, like Gold Star. I did that with Eevees that were promos. I did it with Gold Star Greninjas. So, you know, I get these promos and I just start handing them away willy-nilly. And then later on, they become crazy expensive. Come on, full art. Here's Mog. He's mogging you. Here's, whoa, you got the one you didn't want. Ahriman. He's definitely not a good guy. He's some kind of stinky bad guy. Here's Sea Lion. Okay. Here's Bart's. Oh, no. You got Bart's, bro. Dude, this guy looks like he's dressed like a straight-up femboy, dude. Look at this. Look at this little crown he's wearing. He's got a necklace on. He's got, like, velvety cape or something. What am I looking at, dude? Here's Arakin. Can we get some men in here, please? At least this guy's kind of cool. Here's Sophia. Here's Vincent. And Lon. All right. Can I slab it away? After we pick a price, okay? Because we don't want you to slab it away without knowing what I'm charging. There we have it, Mr. Jesus. We got 2 full art cards. Maybe not the best ones. I don't think those are the chases, like, at all. Okay, grab this. Bummer. Oh, bummer, bro. Bummer, my man. You don't summer? Oh, bummer. Here's Lon. All right. Now, let's go grab, oops. Let's go grab this. Setting that there, setting that there. I like any card with chocobo. Oh, that's good. What's good in the hood? And that's your bag, right? Yep. Good. Okay, so this is a card I like too, unfortunately. Let's find out what we can do on it. Are you ready? Give me a second here. I happen to like this card too. That's why I didn't rush to get it out for you earlier. It's a unique card from the past. Very pretty. We're going to go ahead and change this. All right, so let's check it out. We want the cheapest one. Canada, United States. Uh-huh. All right, so I've got a price I'd like to sell it at. This. All right. And we're going to grab this guy. Barb's going for 22 on TCG Player, and the Yellow Goblin full art starts at $5. Man, that is rough, dude. That is so rough. I mean, I guess it has to be that way. You know, like every pack can't be the signature Sephiroth, or else he would have no value. So a lot of boxes have to contain something people don't want. All right, so we're going to ask $5.20. Here it is. So I'll let you be the one to reserve that if you want it. And if you don't, we'll let someone else take it at that point. Because I know you're asking about it. All right. Here's KD and Rust. He says, for Slab Away Wick. Now, do you already have one? Is that the deal? You've already got one. Very good. Okay. So that shall be $400 remaining. And you are going right onto the giveaway. This. Da-da. Imagine I sold this guy. Think I should sell this guy? I feel like I should try to cross this with like Tag or with CGC. Well, this is CGC. Tag or maybe, geez, I don't know, man. It's not going to get a pristine at BGS. It's so close. It's so close, dude. That card is so close. I feel like it needs a chance to turn into a gem mint with Tag. All right, this is going to say Katie and Rust. I feel like companies are scared to do that, you know, crossover, because they don't want to be known for like, oh yeah, we took a CGC 10 and turned it into our Gem 10. You know, it's like Gem 10 CGC is like cursed. It's cursed. They don't want that history of doing that. People must be mass opening the Blissful Eternity set. Prices change a lot. All right, $5.20 is a fair price. I was thinking $4.90, $500. Was it $40 to start? That's right. So the way Slab Away works, it's a $20 fee to pay the card down over 6 months. You must have it paid halfway off at the 3-month mark, and then fully paid off at the 6-month mark. We don't allow people to cheat on those rules anymore. It has to be done on time. So $20 is the fee, and then $20 is down on the card. So when you start it up, you'll lose $20 to reserve it. It's like a rental fee, and then $20 goes onto the card, so you'll have $500 left. That's Slab Away. Super popular. We've hosted that for many years, and people have acquired a lot of cards through Slab Away. Somebody just finished one today, actually. They finished, look, Kevin Maldonado just finished this Rayquaza using Slab Away. Pretty cool. Blissful Eternity has full art Shantoto. I needs that. Excuse me. All right, what do we got next? What's next? Katie and Rust, you're updated. You're at $400 remaining. Cool. And let's see what else. I'm betting we're about to get an order from our friend, Mr. Musabot. But first, we have a Nicholas Pacheco order, and he says 2 spots in the Topps pack. You got it. We need to get together a first-time bonus for a first-time buyer again. We got to keep that running because I think that that's a nice thing, you know. Walmart had Pitch Black and Hobbit Play boosters. Nice. There it goes. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're up to 6. 6 out of 8, everybody. 2 spots remain on the Topps pack split. One of the most popular things we got. All right. Very good. Mr. Musabai, it looks like you sent for it and it got blocked. So maybe you're being asked a security question right now. All right. There's security questions. People must be mass opening the Blissful Eternity set. May refresh on this. Let's see. What if I click on this? Let's see what it says. All right. All right, so we can hold it for you for a little while, though, okay? So I'm going to set this to the side for you. There it goes. Okay, so I'll set that to the side for him. And now the queue is open. Happy Wednesday, guys. Tuesday was super crazy. I don't know how crazy Wednesday could potentially be after that Tuesday went by. But what we can work on together, we can price up more interesting slabs. Let's get to work on that. So that's what we do on the days that are a little bit slower. We price up things that we didn't get a chance to price the previous days. So this is a really cool Pokemon the Movie 2000 Topps with the Lugia on it. How cool is that, everyone? PSA 9, really cool. So baggy sort time? Yeah, you can always order a baggy sort. You know, you can order that anytime, even if it's a busy day technically. But yeah, it's probably not super busy today. PSA 9, let's see, the Movie 2000 booster. All right, there we go. So PSA the Movie 2000 booster. None of it exists, is that right? Cool. Okay, so it's like I have no competition, huh? Let me check sold. I do remember these booster packs themselves are pretty expensive because they come from a expensive set. I think I'm going to ask, Gouache, I don't know. How much does a regular booster pack of this cost? Let me see what just a regular booster is going for. Let me hit clear on this. Got to find some way to price this up. Wow. So a booster box of this is like 17,000. Jesus. And then you can get 3 of them together, one of each artwork, for about $1,000. So there's technically a guy selling 3 of them together, and the average price would be $333. But you're forced to buy the other 2 artworks that maybe you don't want. So, and then we have one graded, and it's a nice PSA 9. Bank called me again. Let's see. That dang bank. Thinking about it, huh? Oh, so tricky to do this. That's the Movie 2000, and I'm thinking 500, guys. Mainly because it is Lugia. All right. Dang, I wish I'd gotten a 10. Could you even imagine? If it was a 10, I'd probably ask like 2,000. Some crazy number. Let me know about the Ray Ray. Well, I can't let you have 2 items and slab away at once, but I'm not selling the Ray Ray in general, so you're not at risk of it going and being taken by anyone else. Hey, what's up, Fem Slayer? All right, so there it is. This is at $500, and it's a really special pack. Pokemon the Movie 2000 is a very rare Topps box. Really, really rare. This Topps box was known for having the Chrome Lugia in it. It's like one of the rarest Lugias in the whole hobby. And it just looks really crazy and weird. And there we have it. Technically, you could buy the pack and split the pack open. I don't think I would do that. I would leave it sealed. All right, so let's jump back over here. Mr. Musabot says he got this working. Give me a second here. All right, yep, you're right. In fact, it's the exact same order. And it says, slab away the tag team birds, and then pre-grade 4 of my Pikachus from Crimson Invasion. Ooh, smart move. Okay, so we're going to get some Pikachus graded up. Okay. Good. So there you have it. And let's go set it up in the Discord server. So you'll be able to use our Slab Away channel to publicly see your item and how much you have left on it. Okay. This will say August 19, 26. Key Hyun Row. PSA 10, SM210, the birds, 520, and since you sent in the starting amount, there'll be 500 remaining. So now you've got the birds, very nice. Now the other part of your order is the 4 Pikachus. Ooh, that's a very nice card. It is a very nice card. That's why I purchased him. I purchased him to hold him while we prepare to have him saved up for a break. That's what I wanted to do with it. And so we always had a big queue of investments that weren't very personal to me. They were just cards that I didn't want to have to buy later. I didn't want to have to buy them later when they cost more. And, you know, that's thinking ahead, you know. So let's see about this. Oh, wow, it's not even showing up. So let's try PSA 10 Moltres. Let's try that Moltres. I'm trying to find out how much I paid for these mother effers. I can't find out. I must have owned that card for a really long time because I cannot find it. Wait, what's it called again? So it's SM210, right? Elite Trainer Box. Okay, let's try that. Let's try Elite. Nope, that's not it. Let's try 2019 Black Star. Black Star. I genuinely cannot find out when I bought these birds. I must have bought them... Maybe I bought them direct from someone off of, like, Instagram or something. Or maybe I've been holding on to this, like, forever. Weird. Oh, I graded this one. I graded this one myself. I remember now. We used to have Hidden Fates ETBs, and that's why I have a couple raw copies left over. That's why. I graded that one. Wow, he went for $520 by himself. See, this is why PSA is the GOAT, man. Because that card, ungraded, would have been worth like, what, 50 bucks maybe. Graded as a PSA 10, which is a hard-to-achieve grade, he's a whopping $520 card. I probably paid 40 bucks to grade it, maybe a little less even. And now I get to sell for $500 like a couple years later. Like, dude, they're a money-making machine for themselves, but also for their customers. They're like one of the best companies on earth. All right, Ki Hyun Roh, you ready? Let's go grab your bag. We're keeping your stuff over here, so you should be somewhere over here. You got a lot of stuff. We're ready to, I think we're ready to create a new box for you. The stained glass bird one? Yeah. Do you have any 1935 Type 1 Mickeys? I'd be very interested. Hello, Java Gang. I do have some of those. I gotta ask you, what's the obsession with Type 1? See, I got a lot of the Type 2s, and I actually think Type 2s have some of the best artworks, whereas Type 1s don't. Type 1s can be kind of boring. So why do people seem to think that the Type 1s are more valuable? Because I don't necessarily agree with that. Like, I'll sell it to you for the right price, but I don't understand why someone would be willing to overpay for the Type 1s and not the Type 2s. The Type 2s have the best artworks. Yeah, let's see. Ooh. So these are recently opened. But you found the right guy, Mr. Java Gang. I have a decent chunk of them. And I actually just sold some on eBay. I love the Type 2 as well, but I'm putting together a full set of Type 1s, and then I'm going to complete the Type 2s. Here we are. Yeah, I can't figure out why the Type 2s sell for so dang much more. I'm sorry, did I say Type 2s? The Type 1s. I can't figure out why they sell for so much more, and it doesn't make any sense to me. But, you know, I buy both, and it makes me nervous sometimes to buy Type 2s. But then I look at them and I go, how can this be a bad purchase? This card actually looks great. And Type 1s can be really boring. Some of the Type 1s are just sort of like ho-hum. You know, they're just like, eh. You are. Do I have some of the Mickey Mouses laying next to me? I think I put them in the other room. Yeah, I think I put the Mickey Mouses in the other room. I actually just mailed myself a bunch of the Mickeys to my PSA vault. So PSA hasn't checked them in. It hasn't even acknowledged that it has them yet. So it's probably going to be a while. But, you know, for the most part, many of them are just going to be up on eBay, the Mickey Mouses. And then I have a couple that are still over here, and I kind of have to hunt them down. Oh, Pikachu. Where are your Pikachus? Huh. Not in here. Where are Mr. Ki-Hyun-ro Pikachus hiding? You got a box? Oh, you do have a box. Okay, so these are all overflows, and you need a second box. Dang, dude. I've got some SGC Mickey Mouses. I can't remember if they're type 1 or type 2, but they're staged in the other room for listing. You want me to go grab them? I can show you 2 Mickey Mouses right now that I have on hand. And then I got some Mickey Mouses in my personal collection. One of my favorite Mickey Mouses of all time, it's a Snap. The one where he's taken a selfie with Pluto. I actually think that that's really undervalued. It's like one of the best looking cards. Also another one that they make really expensive, the Walt Disney card where he's drawing Mickey and they're commenting on it. I think that card's ugly as sin, dude. Like, I own one, and if it's going to sell for a lot, great. But I don't understand why people would pay so much money for that one, because he's so dumb looking in that picture. Like, he doesn't look good. Mickey looks good. But so it's a Snap. Also, another one I really... Here, let me show you a couple I got. Another... I'm going to get those Pikachus for you in a second, okay? But this guy's asking about the Mickeys, and I've got a couple Mickeys to sell. I also have the complete Junkosa Mickey collection. I think with some of the highest grades in the collection. And it was just a cute little thing I was buying because I thought Mickey was undervalued. Okay, we want this under all items vaulted. Tag 10 pristine old maid Psyduck. TOG, you pulled a pristine Psyduck. Yeah, okay, so check it out. So I got a couple here. Here's a type 1, you sure turned. Type 2, type 2, type 1. Watch, it's a Snap. So this guy right here is one of my very favorite cards. You want to see it? This card right here, I love this card. I thought he was a type 2. He's a type 1. So, but if he was a type 2, it wouldn't matter to me. It's just the artwork is good. So I base the value of the cards on the artwork, not whether it's type 1 or type 2. So he's a type 1. Here's a really good type 1 or type 2 as well. So this is another one I really love. This type 2, the line is busy. Look at this. This card's amazing, dude. It's got Mickey and Minnie, and it says the line is busy, and he's catching a giant goldfish, and they're out on the water together. That's got to be one of the best cards in the whole set. And it's a type 2, but who cares? Like, I don't think it matters. Like, they all say 1935 on them, don't they? So, you know, they're approximately from the same time period. Here's a type 1. Here's a type 1 Mickey Mouse, type 1, take it. Let's see, it says, take it, you'll feel better. That's a lot of oil, Mickey. I guess they would eat like castor oil when they were sick back then or some crazy stuff like that. So you can see I own a couple of them. Here, this one's really good. Look at this, PSA 5. What's this? That's going to be a type 2. So that's a high grade on that, though, a 5. Let's see, type 2, type 2, type 2, type 2, type 2, type 1. Here's a type 1. My, what pig eyes. Looks funny when. That's a type 1. Type 2, type 2, type 2, type 1. He's sure handy. So I told you I got one of these. I think I have 2 of them, actually. So that's the Walt Disney portrait one. This is a really popular one. People like this one a lot, the freewheeling one. I've sold a couple of these. Number 17, look, freewheeling. Mickey Mouse and Pluto. Let's see. Letter on a fan. This is the Mickey Fence one. Actually, that's a pretty high grade on that. So this is a 3. Type 1. Mickey is sure making a name for himself. So that's a PSA 3 on that one. That's not bad. And then there's a PSA 2. Looks funny when. I am lucky. Just ironing out. So there's a type 1. Here's another type 1. The cows and they're reading Chinese or something. So a Boy Scout. Here's a type 1 Boy Scout. 2.5. All right, there it is. Let's see. Do a good turn daily. So there's that. And it looks like that's all the ones I have in the vault. So I may have a couple more here at home as well. And I don't know where they're all hiding because I placed them in random places. But there you go. Now you know I definitely have those. we can work out some kind of deal. I can mail them home to myself. But all the Mickey Mouse cards will probably be considered for liquidation because I am putting money together to move. We're going to move to a no-tax state where we should have already been years ago. Ah, the Mickey Mouses. Did I say Mickey Mouses? The Pikachus. They're also mice. That's kind of interesting. What's up with mice, man? Disney has a famous mouse. Pokemon has a famous mouse. Must be something about mice that people find endearing. All right, he says, okay, I'm interested in buying all the ones to start filling my collection because I'm pretty sure there's only 1 to 24 of those, so easier to fill out the set just because it's hard for me to build a 96 card set of all the type 2, so only 24 is more manageable. Well, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that you have a constricted wallet because you're not going to like me. Yeah, so I'm not even slightly interested in selling those for cheap. I'd much rather hold them. So whatever price we talk about is not going to be like anything close to cheap. So all those Mickey Mouse cards are from 1935, and they've been undervalued the whole time. That's been my perspective the whole time. So whatever price we're talking about will be record-breaking prices. And other than that, they're just going to be held because I would rather just keep them. Here it is. All right, let's see. Whether they're type 2 or type 3 diabetes or whether they're type 1 makes no difference to me. I'll buy all of them. I don't understand the obsession with the type 1 at all. Like, I'll buy all of them. All right, so we got White Dawn on card number 1. Yeah, you got to come in here and say, hey, I'm a big roller. I'm ready to buy you out. If you're coming in here saying, well, I got a tight wallet and I'm going to need you to give me that real cheap, like what you paid for it. And, oh, look at that. There's actually a mark here. You're not going to be happy because it's going to be like, well, not on these. You could buy some Pokemon for cheap, not 1935. It's funny. We got these cards that were printed yesterday. Even this, 1996, that was printed yesterday. Nobody appreciates that the Mickeys are from 1935. That's before World War II. So I was buying those going, why aren't these $100,000 each? They should be. They're not, but they should be. They're like the baseball cards from like the 1940s, 1950s. They're the same exact thing. But they go for like, what, a nickel? Doesn't make any sense to me. So that's why I started buying them because it didn't make any sense. All right, and now they're shifting upwards very rapidly. All right, so let's see. This Pikachu gets a 6. Sorry about your Pikachu. There it is. But we can discuss some. You can tell me which one you liked, and we'll do an analysis and try to pick a price that makes us both happy if you wish. But they're not going to be like super cheap or anything. Let's see. Tiny white dot in the bottom left-hand corner. They both have lips. I always wonder, how do they treat the lips on these? You know, because in the past, I feel like it didn't matter if your card had lips. I feel like that corner's kind of curved inward. Do you want to see what I mean? Do you see that? Do you see? Oh, there you go. You can kind of see that. Yeah. Now, that would be the cutting lip. Once again, that's a cutting lip. But they're going to look at that probably like that's damage, and it's not. It's just part of the manufacturer. That's too bad, you know? See how it curves down like that? This card, you know, it really is up to the discretion of the grader here, I feel. Because this card is actually pretty nice. Centering's not too bad. Well, maybe there's a little white on the edge here. But again, these are all caused by how it was manufactured. You know, there was a time period where the card would get lips when they would cut it. So what, are all those cards doomed? Do they take into consideration the time period? But I'm going to notice that there's some top-bottom off-centering. So this is thinner, this is thicker. So I think between the lips and the centering and this little speck right here and the curvature on this bottom corner, we're going to go ahead and give it an 8. Okay. Pop culture is off to the moon. I pay pretty strong on them. Okay, sounds good. I have plenty of money to buy them. Haha, definitely pay a lot more than you paid. Mickey Mouse gum cards were like $100, $200 back then. Yeah, because everyone was oblivious to them. And that was one of those once-in-a-lifetime mistakes, really, because once people understand what you're really looking at, once people understand this is a multi-generational card, just like some of those super expensive baseball cards that get up to $1 million, and they cost like, what, a couple $1,000? It's, for some people, that's a drop of money. That's nothing. You know, there's people who just paid like, didn't like one of the glossy Pikachus just sell for $1 million? So there's guys out there jangling $1 million around in their pocket, and they're like, what, $1,000? What is that, like an afternoon for me? You know, so, you know, in a day, their money fluctuates that much in a couple minutes in the stock market because they have so many stocks. So $1,000 is meaningless. but not to like me and you. $1,000 is very meaningful to me and you. I'm just saying there are people out there that are like that. So here we're seeing a speck right on the surface right there, and I think that would be enough to cause it to fail. I would say we're seeing another speck up here in the cloud too. So we're seeing on this Pikachu a speck in the cloud. He's getting a pre-grade here, guys. Pre-grades are $3 per card, and they're pretty valuable. I'll help identify if your card can grade black label, and I will identify all the problems on your card and document them, or at least you can save the timestamp. So your card is otherwise looking pretty nice. I mean, it's not perfect. Like, look at that little detail right there on that corner. And you got this little dot right here. But you know, this is one I'd probably send in. You got this right here. This one's probably going to get up to a 9. Go ahead and fix this. So I would consider this one. The thing is, when it comes to a really nice card, if it's going to grade 9, I send it in anyways, because yeah, it might come back 9, but as long as it's profitable enough as a 9, it pays for itself. And then if by some small chance they decide it's a 10, cha-ching, I'm making money. So the 9s, for me, I send the 9s in. We are, especially when they're real borderline like that. Once again, we see lips on all 4 corners. This one's pretty strong too. In fact, I'm not even seeing white dots on the edges. Check the front. Oh yeah, this might be your nicest one. So we see all 4 corners are sort of affected by that cutting issue, right? We see that on this. But other than that, it's looking really strong. So I would not send this to tag grading. Tag grading will not have any nuance around the lips. Because of the lips, I'm going to not give this a 10. I'm going to give it 9.5 plus. If I give a card a 9.5 plus, it means I'm still a little skeptical, but go ahead and send it in. That's your best one right there. So that's the one I would grade. I would consider grading this one too in the off chance that it turns into a 10. These 2 are just going to fail, okay? So, but you can still grade an 8. An 8's nice. But there you have it. Some lovely Pikachus here. If just this one card managed to grab like a CGC Pristine, or it's not going to grab a BGS 9.5. Your best bet with this is an SGC 10 or a PSA 10. And then if it gets an SGC 10, it might not sell for as much because people will be skeptical of it. So PSA is the best option, but PSA is closed for now. PSA is closed. Now remember, Mr. Roki Hune, you can save that timestamp to rewatch that pre-grade over and over. Okay? There you go. My Power Ranger Slabs 1994. That's before Pokemon even existed. $1,000, like $1 to the high rollers. Yeah, so like I'm not at that level. You guys probably aren't at that level. There are guys out there who they just like inherited $40 million from their dad, and that was it. And so every year, $40 million turns into like dividends. They just get paid for existing. And those guys can spend, you know, lots of money on collectibles. And I think that's part of the reason why you see collectibles lifting off, because it's trending. It's the trendy thing to do right now, and it might not change for a while. Might not change for like a whole generation. Here's Alicia Brown, and she says 1 mega sublist spot. All right, Miss Alicia, I'll grab this. Oops, here we are. Alicia is getting pretty close. There you are, your spot number 3. Okay. Good. Now we have an order from... Happy Wednesday, by the way, guys. It's Wensleydale. Here's Javier. He says, what's up, Mr. 1 Magic Marvel? Ah, Magic Marvel. You never let us down, Magic Marvel. Magic Marvel always has something in it. I think the price is right on this set, too. It's a good price. Oh, I just got a restock of Impel Marvel Series 1. So these guys that have been hella popular, I just got a nice restock on these. We try to pull Dr. Doom out of here. That's his name, right? Dr. Doom. So Dr. Doom cards from this set are selling for a lot of money. Oh, I got to make junk packs again. I forgot. Junk packs are sold out. We need more junk packs. Here's Pet Avengers. Kingpin Enforcer. It's Negan. Hydraulic Helper. Ghost Spectral Saboteur, Claw Sonic Subjugator, Molly Hayes, Grape Shot, Aunt May, Bullseye Death Dealer. That's pretty cool. We got Bullseye. Here's Planes, Doctor Strange, Surgeon, Whirlwind of Thought, Namor, the Submariner, Steely Resolve. It's Steely Dan, Super Adaptoid, and Hero. All right, Super Adaptoid. There we go. I don't think I've ever said that word before. One thing about collecting cards is it'll test your knowledge of language. All right, cool, man. Cool, baby. How much are those Marvels? These are really popular, and they're $55 a pack. $55. And if they sell too fast, it will trigger a restock again. There we go, because they are so good. If you're talking about the Impel Marvels, I think those are $26 a pack now. And they're loaded with gradable cards. Like the whole pack is gradable. You get to keep the whole pack. All right, let's see. Ready? Got your bag. Got your nose. Bazoinks. Let's pull these forward. We got Pikachu. We got Larvitar. We've got Pikachu. We've got Yoga. It's Yoga. That's the gym break. The Yoga gym break. And here's Saved from the Nazgul. Ooh. I'm going to set this to the side now. We just priced that. Okay. Cool, baby. Here's Team Rocket Grunt. Please re-roll Old Maid Psyduck and let me get a spot on the Gengar Chew. All right, it's Gengar Chew. It's Pikagar. Good luck in there. That's what I meant. I think those vintage looking ones. Yeah, I think those are 26. You can check the website or the menu. I don't remember where to check in the menu, actually. It's probably in the extended menu. Impel Marvel. Here it is. $26. I had it right. Now, re-roll Psyduck. Here it is. Good luck. Hey, look. Now he's got a little mustache. I see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 of these. Buy the Pikagar. So you get to re-roll this lovely Psyduck for $100, meaning you'll get 4 fresh packs from a different spot in the box. Good luck. All right. And the next time he gets pulled, he will only be re-rollable from 100. There it is. All right, here goes. These are the very, very, very popular live customs. 1, 2, 3, 4. He just re-rolled his Psyduck. He didn't want to keep it, so he's sending it back in. Horsey. Dust Noir. I'm getting scared. Primeape. No! In the arms of an angel. I'm sorry, man. That was a cold round. You must have hit a cold spot in the box. Got to keep that Dust Noir. He's looking nice. I'm sorry, man. Jay, don't you need a new bag? You need a new bag. Oh, wow. You still have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle and Sonic. That's what I got to get bought. Yeah, we still have those. Sonic got a little bit cheaper recently. We're going to go ahead and liquidate through the Sonics. We are. So he's like, what is he, like 27 a pack right now? He's a good price right now, actually. There you go. 2 more spots till what? Just got here. Oh. Okay, grab this. Ugh. He's talking about this right here, Pikachu. Pikachu break. Here's Javier Arroyo 1 Crimson Invasion. We're almost ready for a new box of Crimson. How crazy is that? I've been convincing people that this is worth their money because it gives them a shot at the Reverse Holo Pikachu and Reverse Holo Gengar. That reverse hollow Gengar from Crimson Invasion just sold an auction for $4.8 thousand. So that's why we're opening this, because it's really cheap and it has some pretty impressive pulls in it. Weedle. Regice. That's actually pretty cool too. Take a look at that, guys. Reverse hollow Regice. Wow. Oh yeah, look at that. And Nihilego on top of that. That's not bad. That's a good pack. Okay, Nihilego and Regice. There you are. Look at that, man. Cool, man. Emolga. Double hit. Yes. Where's the lamb sauce? Careless. Mr. Javier. He's the man. Tossing these in here with their brethren. I'll toss this over here. All right. I'm going to go ahead and refresh this. We got Bulbasaur. We got... Oh, this Rosalina went off last night. Does anyone remember who won? It was NHCC versus who? I didn't write his name on the back because I'm Mr. Never Forgetty. Got my slabs in safe and secure. Thank you very much. Oh, glad to hear that. Good to hear. The system is working. Ooh, here's a nice Umbreon for sale. Here's a nice Gengar for sale. That's a PSA 9 though. But look up the 10. It's pretty pricey. All right. Very good. Now we have an order from Click. From Mr. Eddie. Hey, what's up, Eddie? He says, Tops Naruto. All right. Do you already have a bag? And this isn't a first-time order, right? I feel like I recognize that name. Grabbing this. Whew. Where are they? Where are they? Here they are. Tops Naruto. Ooh. This is the tops that almost nobody else has for sale, but I've got them. Oh, yeah. He says, what's up? Hey, what's up, Mr. Eddie? You got a bag already? Snipping this. Oh, yes. What drinks does Miss Alexis enjoy? Oh, that's a great question. I got no clue. All right. Ooh. Okay, well, look at you pulling a 4 out of 10. Hot-blooded confrontation. That's why these are so good. Give them a try, guys. Look at this. Wow. Dude, imagine this grades 10 for you as well. Crazy cool. I think I need a new one. Okay. And we'll grab one of these. One of these. Okay, popping that in there. Nice. Yeah, people love this. People love these Naruto packs. Here's Minato Naruto. That's another good one. So these are non-hollows, and even if you were to pull non-hollows, they're all gradable. In fact, they might grade easier than the hollows, you know, because there's no hollow foil in the production. So you might have a better chance at them grading 10. Here's 10-10. You never know, like one of these right here, let's say this is all you get in your pack is this one character. PSA 10 might be like $200, $300 on that. I don't know because I've never seen them sell. I've never seen them graded before. And that's because they're pretty rare. There it goes. Now, still don't know who this is. Who won that? Because I'm really smart and didn't write his name down. Now, you said you might not have a bag. I'm going to go ahead and double check in the E-box, the ED box. Elijah, Elizabeth. Eddie Morales has a box, has a bag. His name's kind of similar to yours. Efren. All right, so I can successfully say you need a new bag. Okay. I think that this box is pretty full, so we're going to put you in the box next to it. All right. Did you like that? How do you rank that? How would you rank that pull? Maybe ranking it 4 out of 10? I'm just kidding. You could search your payments for the Peach Break. Oh, yeah, maybe I could search my email because they might mention it. Although they're not going to say Peach. They would say Rosalina. but I don't think they said Rosalina. All right, so this shall say 8.26. That's the age of your bag, is 8.26. It's a brand new, spanking new bag. 10 out of 10 for me. Sweet! I like to hear it. Let's jump over here and try that. Let's try searching for this. So, Rosalina. Nothing. Let's try Gym Break. Okay. That's not helping. Can't I sort this by date? Yeah, that's not helping. Wait, let me try this again. I suspect it's Ryan Trejo. So what if I was to just search Ryan Trejo's orders and reread them? Tops Gym Battle. So he was in a $14 Tops Gym Battle. Oh, yeah, I remember that now. So maybe it wasn't him. So I don't think it is Ryan Trejo. Somebody... Oh, no, I didn't think it was Ryan Trejo. I thought that it was Jacob Chickering. That's right, because he kept getting into all the breaks and winning. It was Jacob Chickering. That's why I remember now. Okay, so he would be over here. This is a good idea. Searching by name. All right, so Jacob Chickering. He put in a number of orders. How about this one? Pokey Shuffles. 10 Pokey Shuffles. When did he do this? He did this August. He did this yesterday. It's looking like it might not be him. Dang, dude. I don't know who it was. I mean, obviously, if they don't receive it in the mail, they're going to speak up and be like, hey, where's my Rosalina? Dang, dude. Couldn't you look at the scorecards and go to the last two? Well, maybe the last... Well, here's the problem. I don't always put the names into the scorecard box in, like, order. Sometimes I just kind of squeeze them in there. But let's see. So, usually they would go onto this side. So, let's see. Nicholas Pacheco, Nicholas Williams, Jacob Chickering. So he was in there. He did a break with somebody. Ryan Trejo was in one. That was him losing the top spot. So it could be one of these guys. Nicholas Williams, Nicholas Pacheco, Jacob Chickering, Terry He. Maybe search the $12. No, that's the tricky part. They didn't pay for $12. They paid for 2 items. And it might have been more like $52, but I actually cannot remember the exact amount. Say their order went something like this. They said, give me a spot in blah, blah, blah. And then also toss me into the break or something like that. And I remember not knowing what it was. I didn't understand what it was they were trying to buy. And I had to get them to confirm it, I think. I'd be like, is that what you wanted? You wanted the Rosalina? Let me put this over here. The mystery remains. If only I didn't receive so many orders, it would also be easy to look up. All right, back to it. Let's see. Mr. Eddie's done. Thank you, Eddie. And I think we're caught up on orders now. Is anyone waiting for an order? I think we got all the orders caught up. What time is it, by the way? 6:07. So we're not done pricing up these booster packs. I think I have a little bit of more booster packs. Oh, you guys are gonna like this one. Let's see. You put the Rosalina slab picture in my Digi collection. Aha! So it doesn't matter who the other guy was. You won. I thought you lost. I thought NHCC lost the break. Nice. Mystery solved. It's all yours. See that? All I had to do was show it off for a while. Nice. Yeah, if I put it into your Digi collection, that means you were the winner. See, I thought you were the loser. I thought the other guy got you. Here it is. XY base. The mystery is solved. And now it is going to the rightful owner. There we go. I must have gotten so excited I didn't write your name on it. You know what I probably did? Here's the funny part, NHCC. I probably remembered, I said, ooh, NHCC won. Let's not forget to put it into his digital collection. So I set it up there, I took a picture, and in the process of those extra steps, I probably forgot to write your name on the back, which is what the normal ritual would be. Normally I'd just write a name, put it in the pile. So that was probably why I forgot to write the name down, was because I was busy taking a picture. Isn't that funny? Even a slight change to the workflow can cause a mistake. All right, so let's see. And maybe that's because I'm a little dumb or something, but I think it's because after you do it for too long, it becomes sort of like, it's almost like muscle memory. Your behaviors become muscle memory. Okay, XY Mega Blastoise pack. Booster, maybe? Let's say booster. Let's try this. XY base booster. Let's try that. Dude, these birds outside the window are chirping, dude. They talk all day, man. They talk more than I do. They're just going chirp, 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 chirp. All right. What kind of base set pack is this, though? Oh, it's a mini pack. We have the actual pack. Maybe one sold recently. So I don't have a price for this yet. Aha! So all we have is this information. Oh, this is terrible information, actually. So first of all, this is a folded over one that went for $3.50. So that's a folded over one. And then this one, you would think this one's good, but it's Russian. So it says right there in the title, Russian. So that's not good information either. Man, I don't know what to price it at, everyone. What does a box of this go for? Let's say you wanted a box. I mean, it doesn't really matter what a box goes for, but maybe it helps a little bit. Come on, dude, stop breaking on me. Booster box, XY base. Mr. Admit you forget you're old. Yeah, I'm Mr. Never Forgetty. I never forget. What are you talking about? I've never made a mistake on this channel, actually. Everyone knows this about me. Okay, let's see. You think I'm getting dementia yet? All right, so I'm kind of getting maybe like a pack price if we were doing a box split on it. And now I have to decide, what if one of those packs also graded PSA 10? Ooh, that is tough. Okay, I'm going to put a price on it, and that's just where we're going to start, okay? I think it's a special thing. I really do. I don't think it's easy getting 10s on booster packs. Okay, ready? So I'm going to start his price out around, let's say 800. I don't know if that's a stupid price or not. I asked a few months ago, but he wasn't sure. Did you end up fixing the Rosalina slab? And can I buy 20 of the slab stands? Hey, we did actually. It belongs to NHCC. And you want 20 slab stands. Yeah, so normally that would be, I don't know what that would be on eBay, but whatever it would cost on eBay, you can get it for like 10% cheaper if you buy direct. So you could cancel that eBay submission. Just send in a submission to, you just go to the order page, and then you got to scroll down. It's kind of hidden. They put it in like a hidden, like sandwich menu. But you got to choose the option cancel order, and then I'll accept that. And then you can order like as many as you want direct. And whatever the price would have been on eBay, just subtract 10% from that. And that's what we'll do direct. And it's a pretty good deal for you because, not only do you get 10% off, you also don't pay any taxes. So that's a great deal. So you get a good price. I'll just order 10 more. 10 more here. Is that what you'd like? I mean, I don't mind how you want to do it. Whatever you prefer. Mr. is in liquidation mode, so he might sell it to you. Dark Knight. Let's see. What did you want? You're still not selling any of the red, blue, XY Charizard boxes still, right? I might be open-minded to that, yeah. So that's another thing that we might not sell all of them, but we might sell 1 or 2 of them. I think I have like 5 of them. So yeah, I might sell 1 or 2 of them. Let's see. We have an order now from Mark J. Valerian. All right, sounds good, Mr. Jacob. Canceling's fine, though. It's not that hard. Do you want me to show you how to do it? I can show you how to cancel from your computer if you want. I'm just saying because we can wrap them all together. If you're ordering more of them, watch this. So let's go over here, right? We're gonna click view order details. Now let me make sure no information of mine is shared incorrectly, right? So we're on the order page, right? And you should just be able to scroll down here to Let's see. It can be a little annoying to find it. Oh, maybe they don't allow it after it's been shipped. So, but we haven't shipped yours. So yours should be cancelable. Yeah, as long as it hasn't shipped, you should just be able to cancel it pretty easily. And then you can just get them all together at once. I'll keep them too. I'll message you on Discord whenever you can send a price if you're interested. Yeah, if you want, feel free to reach out to me. All right, so Mark J. Valerian, $50 to give away to a special lady if they can answer this question. What are the common risk factors? Hold on, let me read this all. Okay, so he's actually just giving $50 away. Okay, sometimes I got to make sure the message is not, you know, too edgy. But what he said is, what are the common risk factors if a person has kidney failure, and what care is given? And then he says, also, I'm just joking, mister, because I want someone to do my homework for me. So he's doing a little homework right now. Give it away, mister. Keep the $10. Wow, really? You're just giving away some money? Some money? All right. So we'll go ahead and bump you up to 60 over here. I don't know who's more generous. Is it Mark or is it T. Hyun-ro? Here's Mr. Mark. I was going to say 140. There it is. Wow. Dang, dude, that's a lot. Look, he's moved up to 140 really fast there. Now, you want me to give away a $50 store credit card. I can do that for you. Or would it be easier to just pick a slab out or like booster packs out or like the store Memoralda or something? Let me think. Well, I mean, you didn't tell me specifically to spend it on something, so. We'll say $50 from Mark Valerian. Give out 10 Poke Shuffles. I guess that's what they can do with it if they wish. Okay. That's a pretty good giveaway. Let's see. I can use that $10 when I inevitably get lung cancer because, as you can tell, I'm coughing constantly. So one day I'm going to be diagnosed with, you know, popcorn lung from breathing Pokemon card fumes all day. Or they're going to tell me, yeah, you had lung cancer that whole time. You just never got diagnosed, dude. And then I can use that $10 to help pay for my surgery and treatment, my chemo. That'd be great. Speaking of which, did you guys hear that there's a company that's getting closer to curing cancer, sort of? Which healthcare company was it? It's the, I can't remember the name of the healthcare company, but they're creating a vaccine that gets made for one person, just you. So what they do is they take a sample of your cancer, and then they create like a personalized vaccine, a one-person vaccine. And that vaccine then goes into your bloodstream, and your white blood cells are trained to attack, you know, the otherwise hidden cancer. The whole problem with cancer is that your white blood cells don't kill it. It's found a way to exist without triggering your immune system. That's why cancer grows. And so they've got a vaccine that now trains your body to attack that cancer. And, you know, it sounds very sci-fi, but it actually makes perfect sense. Like, it's like, yeah, that sounds like a smart, you know, solution to the problem is the cancer's growing, your body's not attacking it, and let's take a sample of it and train your body how to attack it. So one of the companies is reporting success with a early trials of a vaccine shot that's made just for you, just one vaccine shot for you, based off of your particular unique cancer. And that's pretty amazing. And you hope that, you know, they succeed with it. And their stocks are way up right now. I'll take care of you, mister, if that happens. What? I heard about this age-reversing shot. It can cure cancer, dementia, etc. It's on Diary of a CEO. So this is a Mark giveaway. And I think what we shall do is hand it out a little, maybe like between this stream and tonight's stream, I think. So let's go ahead and grab this. I'm going to hit refresh over here. We're going to hit next, and Mark. Oops. Anyways, I love to hear stuff like that. It's one of the few things that makes me less cynical about the world. I don't know if you noticed this about me, but I'm a little bit of a cynical type. And when I hear stuff like that, the achievements of the scientists and the doctors, it restores faith a little bit, you know? Makes me feel like there's people out there who care about fixing the world's problems. All right, Mr. Mark. They've been doing trials for 25 years, and they said they're really close to releasing it. Can also cure cancer by cutting out sugar and glutamine. Yeah, that's another thing. They're talking about how these GLP-1s are extending people's life because people on GLP-1s like more easily survive cancer because they tend to block sugar digestion. How fascinating is that, everybody? Yeah, they're actually now looking into whether GLP-1s just directly contribute to longer life and like reversing aging. It's really, really interesting. You hear people using the term miracle drug on it, and I can't help but wonder if it's maybe just really good marketing or if it's true, like if it's all true, like all the hype. I'm supposed to be taking Wegovy at the moment. Yeah, I'm actually on Wegovy, and the problem is it's really expensive. It costs me like about, I think it's like $350 a month. And that's like almost a mortgage for some people out here in Missouri. So it's like, how's anyone supposed to afford this unless they have a decent job? Ooh, that almost looks like it ought to just be cracked out of there. I'm cracked. All right. I can't believe they gave that a 6. That's such a rough grade. What the hell was wrong with it? It looks like they folded it over, too. Did they fold it over? Or was it already folded over when I sent it? Maybe that's why they gave it a 6. It looks an awful lot like they folded it over, but I can't tell. Yeah, like it was too large for the container or something. Man, I don't know. They gave that a 6, dude. What's the worst side effect of it? The morning sickness? The nausea? Yeah, I'm a great person to ask about it because I just went through it all. When you first start taking Wegovy, you might experience some of the things I experienced. Your digestion does literally slow. So when you go to the bathroom, the times will spread out a bit more and it'll just take longer. When you eat food, it's going to sit in your stomach and you're going to get like heartburn pretty bad. I still get heartburn. I threw up in my sleep a couple times because I was still eating like I used to and it's too much food. And one time I threw up in my sleep and it went down my esophagus and burned my windpipe really bad because it was stomach acid. So if you're going to go to sleep and you know you ate too much on Wegovy, do yourself a favor and just go to sleep on the couch sitting upright until you get used to eating nothing at night. You just can't eat at night, so just don't do it. Like, so for me, Wegovy didn't really get rid of like, you know, the food noise like they say. I still get tons of food noise. I think about food all the time. But it punishes me so severely with migraine headaches, with heartburn, with throwing up in your sleep. It punishes you so badly that you just can't afford to have those things. And you go, okay, well, I'm eating less. Yeah, it makes eating so unpleasant that you don't want to do it anymore. So that's how it's working for me. I wouldn't say it reduced the food noise at all. I mean, my whole day I think about food. But the punishment for eating is so large that it's like you just don't want to. You're like, no. I feel good right now. Let's not ruin that with eating. So it works kind of like that. And I'm down 16 pounds, which isn't a whole lot, but I'm only on the 1 milligram. And so the next step jumps all the way up to 1.7 milligram. So it goes way up to 1.7. So I'm a little scared to almost double my dose because right now I'm like at a point where I feel okay. I think Wegovy gives me migraines really bad. And I think it's related to like eating too little or eating too much or bad digestion. I don't know what it is, but it gives me migraines. So, but right now I haven't had a migraine in a while. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe my body's like adjusting to it and it seems to be just right. Scared to increase the dosage, I am. Because I'm not getting migraines recently. And then I'd say one of the biggest things of all, I have no energy. So when I was just a fat guy eating like normal, I could go eat like a donut and then I'd be like Superman, da-da-da, right? So I'd be Superman. I'd go eat my donut and I'd feel great. When you're on Wegovy and you eat a donut, nothing happens. You don't get anything from it. you eat it and you just kind of sit there and you go, oh God, I feel queasy now, because you got a stomach full of like donut that's not digesting, but you're not getting any of the sugar anymore. It just doesn't work anymore. So you sit there and you go, oh God, now I feel like, like crap. This is awful. Now I got to digest this donut and it doesn't even feel good, so it fills your stomach up. And yeah, so it works. It's causing me to no longer gain any weight. I don't gain weight, and I'm slowly losing weight on top of it. So, it actually works. And if I up the dosage, I might lose the weight faster, but I'm a little scared of the extreme discomfort. And I don't throw up in my sleep anymore. That's long over. So that doesn't happen, probably because I don't eat at night so much anymore, because I figured out you can't do that. So that's how it is. You don't eat at night anymore. You say, I'm terrified of throwing up in my sleep and choking on it, Yeah, it's been a really, really good experience overall. You guys may think all those side effects sound terrible, and they are. They're really uncomfortable. But you know what's more stressful than all of those things? What's clearly more stressful is feeling like you're losing this weight loss battle in the long run. You work out, you eat less, you count your carbs, you count your calories, you think all day long, I gotta lose weight, I gotta lose weight, I gotta lose weight. You think about it all day, you stress about it, you're like, why aren't I losing weight? And you're like, oh man, if I eat this cookie, I'm gonna do bad. Wegovy takes all of that stress away, because it's just like, well, now I don't have room for the cookie. Now I don't have to think about it anymore. Now I can just focus on other things. So seeing myself weigh less on the scale is like a tremendous stress relief despite the discomforts. And so I would actually hate to stop taking it. I'm very happy on it, actually. And I hope that they make it very cheap soon, because that's what we need. We need it to be really cheap. If you lose too much weight too fast, you could have sagging skin. Well, you'll have sagging skin either way if you lose a lot of weight. Whoa, this booster pack sells for a lot in a 10, man. Well, it got a 6. I don't know what to price this at. I really don't. Jesus. Let's see. I think I might list it around 900. I hope that helps. So for me, the food noise never went away. I still think about candy and cookie and cakes and all those yummy, delicious things. But then I know I'm going to have heartburn. I know if I eat at night, I'm going to be sick in my sleep. I know, actually, it does kind of slow down the volume you can eat, like the literal volume. Like, because your stomach is full, it's like, well, you're full. You can't eat anymore for a while. So, I don't eat as much. Like, we used to eat Pizza Hut. Now I'm scared of Pizza Hut because it's just oil. It's just grease. It's like cheese, right? So I'm like, oh, man, that's going to be so much heartburn if it sits in my stomach. So I don't really eat Pizza Hut anymore because I'm scared of the punishment. And then when we do order Pizza Hut, I used to be able to devour 2 large pizzas like a pro, like a beast. Now I eat like 2 or 3 slices and I go, all right, no more Pizza Hut. And I look at it and it's sitting on the counter and there's more pizza left over. I'm like, I'm going to throw up if I look at that. So it works. And if you increase the dose, even if it didn't work at first, if you increase the dose, it really starts to work. And I didn't experience... Oh, let's see. What's this? Whoa. Karen's giving me some news here. It's possible Karis is pregnant. She took an early pregnancy test. All right. Well, we'll have to see. Damn, 2 old pizzas. I'm a big eater. I can eat a lot. I was that way when I was young, too. I could eat a lot, and I had a lot of energy. I still have a lot of energy. But, yeah, so those are some of the side effects. I like going to this nice Italian place in Waikiki. Congratulations. Well, okay, so it's just an early pregnancy test. We'll have to see. She had her embryo transfer, and there's still a lot to do before feeling like you can celebrate. But that's a good sign, because last time the pregnancy test said no. All right, Mr. Arabi says, I have 200 credit, 1 box of the PRB2s. So let me wrap this up, because I'm going to go talk to her and see the test result myself. All right, let's see. I wonder if she's nervous. We are. She comes off as kind of frail, so I think the whole pregnancy thing kind of scares her a little bit. No more orders? Yeah, maybe no more orders. We're already at 2 hours anyways. I'm gonna go see what I'm gonna go see the pregnancy test and talk with her. All right, 1 PRB2. Here we are. Don't get too excited yet, guys. It's very early. Yeah, don't get too excited. You guys are already congratulating me. I'd hate to come back here and tell you guys it's nothing. It is. All right. If she's pregnant, she'll be pregnant during the move. Potentially better to move before having a kid. Hey, mister, what are your thoughts on the BGS 9.5? Are they better than CGC 10s? Ooh, BGS 9.5s versus CGC 10s. I actually feel like they're kind of similar to each other. All right, here goes. Mr. Ahmad Muradarabi. Let's get this for you. 1 whole box of PRB2. Congratulations if it's positive. Yeah, I'm trying not to get too excited about it because last time it didn't work. And the doctors say it's got like a 50% chance of working. So, and this is the other thing. Let's say she does get pregnant. Well, it's still possible to have like a miscarriage or some other problem like that. So we can't get too excited too early. You are? Yeah, you're right. That might, the whole thing about the move too, if she's pregnant during the move, that could delay it or maybe force us to speed it up, one or the other. All right, let's see what we got. We got, ooh, so that, oh, okay, that's the corrected one. There's one of these you could pull from the set it actually comes out of, and it's got an issue over here, and it's an error version. Send 400 to start Slab Away. I'll send money to Slab Away both of those packs. I'm good for it. Yeah, we generally don't let you do 2 at a time. We generally do 1 at a time, but maybe in your case, I'll just let you do it. The reason why is because we want other people to have a shot at a pack, you know what I'm saying? So that it's not one person gobbling up the whole table. Let's see, we'll grab this. Mistress Baby's the luckiest baby. Yay, you don't know that yet? What if the baby's born and Karis and I are terrible parents, and then all of our money gets squandered before they can inherit any of it? Or something like that. It is. There's still plenty of time for them to have a terrible life. Give them a chance. Here's Shanks. Ooh. Okay. And here's, let's see, some hollows. Any word on the jumbo pack break, says Z Nebby. Are you Mr. Scott? Mr. Scott, it did go off, and I'm afraid you missed. Another guy bought 3 whole spots in it. And, oops, he put 3 whole spots in it, and he managed to pull it. Here it is. All right. So it's time to make a new one. I forgot about that, actually. We got to make a new jumbo pack, guys. Here you are. Here's some of these, some of those. The Pokemarket Mark crashes. The TCC's baby is forced to work in the garage. Yeah, they're going to have to get a job working with the forklift or something. Here you are. Those are good paying jobs, forklift jobs. Here it is. Our ropes. All right. I'll make a stipulation in the trust fund. I'll say no money unless you become super successful yourself or some mean thing like that. We were talking about, you know, parenting styles the other day, and I was probably saying some stuff that sounded pretty, maybe too rough or something like that based on the audience's reaction to it. But I feel like people don't always understand. It's coming from my point of view, where it's like this kid might inherit a very comfortable life, and I don't want them to be like a spoiled brat or anything like that. Like, I don't want them to grow up. You know, people have that term like silver spoon and all that. I don't want that to happen if I have a kid. I don't want them to be like, oh, I can just relax. I'm just going to inherit like $1 million or something like that. I don't want them to do that. So that's why I was saying all that tough stuff, you know, like you better get all this shit done. You better be successful. You better not be lazy, da-da-da-da-da. Because I actually have an anxiety that they would be lazy if they realized they're going to inherit some good stuff. Wow, look at this guy. I wish I had a physique like that. Double Wagovia immediately. All right, Mr. Robbie, thank you so much. Da-da-da. Appreciate it, man. Let's go grab your bag. 1 baby down, 11 babies to go. I could have 12 babies in 1 year if I had 12 girlfriends. I don't think I don't have that riz. There we go. I remember getting in trouble for shoplifting those Power Rangers cards back in 95, 96. Howdy, mister. Hope you're doing well. It's Mr. Akira. Hey, how's it going, man? So, let's see. Let's grab this. Look at that. Here they are. Power Rangers Series 2. You were shoplifting them, huh? I think a lot of people did that with cards. It was just like, you know, why not, you know? You're a kid. You're not going to get in trouble. Congratulations on the baby. You guys are congratulating too early. But I am going to hop off now because I'm going to go see the pregnancy test results. Here's Jacob Chiggering. He says, slab holders and 10 Poke Shuffles. Can you put it with my shipping? Yes. You ordered 20 of them, right? Grab that. 60 people, but only 20 likes. Oh, man, that means we're short. We got to be at 30 likes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No more money for Pokemon cards. I'll be spending all my money on diapers. No! Wow, that's a straight cold round. I am so sorry, Mr. Jacob. That is an unlucky round. Cold round in the Poke Shuffles for Mr. Jacob. And let's write this card up so that I don't mess this up, because you said you already had shipping. 20 stands. Jacob Chiggering. So what is he buying here? You might have once upon a time purchased one of my slab protector displays, right? I sell those protector displays both here in the live stream and on eBay. Well, I had them design a simple stand, a tough one, that would be nice and hefty. And I told them it needed to work with multiple holders. So they made that for me, and we sell these for like $4. Now, it's not designed for just your little goofy PSA card here, but it is designed for these guys right here. So these are our holders, our protectors. And ta-da! So that looks really nice, huh? So he just bought 20 of those. Here we are. All right. I don't keep up very well with all this plastic stuff, you know. They're cute. They don't really make a lot of money. By the time you've shipped all that stuff over to America and paid the tariff fees, and then you got to ship them again too, by the way, to the customers. Like by then, you don't have that much left over. All right, the slab holders, 10 Poke Shuffles. Can you put it with my shipping? Yes. How much for the protector thing? Yeah, I think I sell them all for $21 on eBay now, so they're $19 a piece at this point, and we can toss them in with your shipping. Don't forget to make the jumbo pack and junk packs. I got to make a jumbo pack, and I got to make junk packs. Especially the junk packs, they get made off screen, so they get made when the stream is down. All right, let's hit refresh on this, and I think we're done. Let's go ahead and hand out some spots for the Mark giveaway. So to get into this giveaway, all you got to do is type Mark, M-A-A-R-K, into the chat. Okay, that's all you have to do, and you'll have a chance to win, okay? I'll send 400 right now for the slab away. For both the slab aways, right? Yeah, if you'd like to do it, I'll accept that. Yeah, we got to get some stuff sold anyways. I might set it up at the beginning of the next stream, okay? I'm going to go see this pregnancy test. Do you have any more PRB2 boxes? Why, yes, we do. We've got this sealed one. Now, I believe this is the last sealed one. And then we've got this one, which appears to be open with some packs in it. And I feel like there's one more. Yeah, so there's this one, and it's also open, and it also has some packs in it. So I accidentally opened 2 at a time. So that's what we have remaining. That's probably about one full box together. And this is a full box. So that's all we have left. And then PRB2 is sold out. I'm betting it's a little underpriced or something at this point because this set kept going up and I haven't checked on it in a while. Let's see. Let's see what PRB2 is doing. One Piece is crazy sometimes. Oh, no. Okay, it's not. It's not crazy. No, it's pretty normal, actually. I thought maybe it was going to the moon. But I think we will have a price adjustment for that last box. Oh. I was reading it wrong. It has moved. Okay, so I understand now. So PRB1, the last products, will have a price change to them now. And they shall... Now, wait a second. Mr. Arabi... Oh, so wait a second. I threw away Mr. Arabi's credit too soon. He has money left over. Hold on. Let's get him his card back. Sorry about that. I misunderstood your order. I thought you were spending all your money on this. So the last box of the PRB2 shall shift now in order to reflect a change in the market, okay? So he has $105 remaining. Be nice to do it right now, mister. It would be nice to do it right now, but I gotta hop off, okay? You'll be safe and sound. The cards are right here. Which one did you send for? I'll just put this here. All right, so there's that, and then the actual PRB2s have shifted upward. Give it a second. So they shall now be $130 per box and $13 per pack. Crazy. PRB2 has done that so many times, it's kind of shocking. We're actually almost out of it though, so there's, again, about 2 boxes left, but, you know, it's a meaningful amount of money for 2 boxes, I guess. Thanks again for the Wagovia advice and congrats. I hope it is positive. We got to have some babies already. We can't just be degenerates out here opening Pokepacks and making sweet love with no consequences for too long. So there's supposed to be a consequence where your life gets ruined by children. You are. All right, there we go. I'm watching with no sound right now, so I have no idea what's really going on, but I can't have sound right now. Nice. Yeah, so on the Wagovia, if I was you, I would 100% do it, especially if you need it. So if you're like pretty heavy, if you're overweight, if you're obese, go for it, man. Just go straight toward it. And, you know, if you're just chubby or fat, you're not going to, it's not going to like change your life, I don't think. But if you're obese, you need to get on it. I think it, you know, it's going to protect you from diabetes. It's going to protect you from, you know, eventually from heart disease. It is going to cause you to eat different. You're going to eat less food, and you're going to feel, even if it's scary to get on it, you're going to feel so much stress relief when you actually see that you're losing weight. And because you don't realize how stressful that is to sort of know that you're out of shape, know that you're like got out of control eating habit, and you know you're gaining a little bit. For me, I've been gaining a little bit of weight for like my whole life, I guess. So I'm not like huge, but, you know, I'm not where I'm supposed to be either. There's people out there that are way fatter than me. But, you know, I was getting heavy, and it's like, man, I got to get this under control. And, dude, I think that telling people to just use willpower to eat less food, very similar to telling people to just don't have sex, you know, like, just abstain. That doesn't really work. But also, it's kind of like telling a depressed person to smile. Oh, just choose to smile. Why don't you just smile? It's so much harder than if they could just smile, they would. Because it's so easy, right? If it was so easy to just lose weight, no one would be fat. Everyone would be skinny. So it's like a miracle drug for losing weight, man. It really does work. It's pretty cool. When the price comes down, my bet is there's going to be a lot of people on it. When it comes down, when it's as cheap as like ibuprofen, a lot of people are going to be on that drug. Jacob says he wants booster pack slab away. Now, Jacob, which 2 packs did you want? How much did PRB2 increase to? PRB2 is now $130 per box. That's kind of how we do it on this stream. So there's a price increase, and then if no one buys it, that's all right, because one day that's the price, if the price keeps moving up. So we set it to a new like target price, and then leave it alone and just see where it goes over time. I will say, though, that last box is from a case, right? It's from an actual sealed case, and no manga has been pulled out of the case. So in the event that there is a manga in the case, it would be in that box, but we won't know until it's open. And then I don't know what's been pulled out of those 2 open boxes. I hate that we have 2 of them open at the same time, but, you know, presumably there's a fair chance for something in there. Thank you for letting me know about the throw up and the heartburn. Yeah, heartburn's pretty serious. Now, you won't get heartburn if you just eat healthy foods. You will get heartburn if you eat like cheese and cake and all the things that was making you fat in the first place. So if you eat like a chicken breast and a mashed potato and some vegetable, you're going to feel fine. And even though the heartburn's really annoying, it sort of leads you toward eating healthy. It punishes you for eating bad and it leads you toward eating healthy. I'm 5'1", I'm supposed to be 140. Nice, yeah. I need to lose about 60 pounds. That's where I'm looking to go, 60 pounds. So, and then I'll be skinny. Reflux is so terrible. Elevate the back of your bed, pillow side higher. Yeah, that helps me as well, actually. I have, so in my bed, I have a bonus pillow. It's a special kind. And it's like this triangular wedge. Blastoise packs. Okay, you want both the Blastoises. Thank you very much. So this is what we'll put into Slab Away. All right. Good. I'll do it right now. It just take an extra minute. It takes a while to set these things up, believe it or not, but here we go. So we're going to say August 1926, Jacob Chickering, 2 graded slabs, 2 graded boosters, PSA 6, base set, Blastoise long crimp, plus PSA 10, XY base set, Blastoise. Nowadays, I'm filling out all the information so we know exactly what's going on here. So you sent in 400, which is kind of like sending in 380. So 1,700 minus 380, $1,320 remains. Okay, you have $1,320 remaining on that order. Now, the next part is we got to make sure that we know that this is your stuff. So let's not touch this because I got to remember that stands thing. Jacob Chickering. Okay. Sent for that last box. Something about it is drawing me in. Okay, I'm really excited to go talk to my wife, but I'm going to do this anyways because we need the money. I feel like a girl on a street corner. All right, let's see. We're all kind of whoring ourselves out a bit, aren't we? You go to work and you do a thing and you got to sit there and keep doing it. And you say, I don't want to do this anymore, Grandpa. And Grandpa says, that's too damn bad. All right, so that last sealed box, PRB2, 130. Good luck. So we didn't see a manga come out. That doesn't guarantee one will come out of this one, but it's a good sign. Because if a manga did come out earlier, that would mean you probably have no chance at one at least. So at least this box does have a chance. Boom. Also, those 2 open ones, you never know when the next pack is going to be the hit. So those 2 open ones might be lucky, you never know. But this one's sealed, so we like it. All right. Throwing that over there. We got, oh, I placed these into the sold pile. These are not sold. These are Slab Away. So these go into the booster slab box for Slab Away. There they go. All right. Whew. So Mr. Shahir, the illustrious Mr. Shahir. Here it is. The order's in. I see it. Let's get it open. Sales are jumping just because we're putting these pricey items up available for sale that normally would be investment cards for myself. Like those booster slabs, I would not normally sell those. They are. Good. You know that Blastoise pack, we used to sell that for like $140 back in the day. I know because I made the post on Discord for it. Now selling for around 9 honeys, which is no surprise. Because if you look at what vintage has done, it's exponentially grown. So really all you had to do was what you always had to do. Just don't touch it. Don't sell it. Put it in your closet. Forget about it for 20 years. Well, it hasn't been 20 years and I just sold it. So hopefully it does well for you. And, but we went into a new house now. So that's how life is, I guess. All right. Here's, the clown guy. I can't wait to have it all behind us, to be like moved into a new house, wherever it is we move, and settled in, and the cards are secured. That's a lot of work, you know, creating a security thing. So the cards get all secured, and then we can just go back to living life, and we're just in a new place. All right, one of these, one of these. Okay. Here's, oh, Sabo. Real estate in Vegas tends to go up, especially in the secure neighborhoods. Here we are. One downside to Vegas I've noticed, because I've shopped some of those homes a little bit, they all have tiny yards, and I don't know how to feel about the tiny yards. Like, not all of them, but all the ones in the brand new neighborhoods, they don't like to make yards, do they? They give you the smallest possible backyard, and then they give you basically no front yard at all. Now, I'm assuming that that's countered by this idea of shared spaces that you're supposed to go walking on. But, man, it's very different from what we have now. We have a gigantic, beautiful, grassy lawn out here where there's plenty of water and there's the lake and all that. But it's very peaceful looking when you look out your window. And you're going to have to give that up, I guess. It's like a trade-off. It is. All right. Like an acre of land here. Okay. In fact, it made me look at Reno again. I was looking at Reno trying to figure out, I was like, what is it like if you buy a house with a large lot in Reno? How many square foot house you need? The house we're in right now is 4,800. I'd love to have a house that big, but you got to be rich to buy a house like that in the right area in Las Vegas. Because they do make houses that large, but they're just exceedingly expensive. All right, so Sabo pull and the clown. So in this case, wait, is he a clown? What is he? Is he a mime? He's got writing on his face. In this case, PRB2 did not have a manga in it, unless it's in those last couple packs. I don't know, maybe not. But it was worth a shot. You've got some beautiful gradable cards, even without the manga. Here we are. Nice deal, man. Let's go ahead and grab this. Building any new house, you're not allowed to have grass in Vegas. Yeah, they don't allow it because they want to be water efficient. And I totally get that. That doesn't bother me at all. I wouldn't mind just like laying brick or something like that. Yeah, that doesn't bother me at all. It's actually just the tiny yard size that is sort of like, well, you can't have a yard. There we go. All right. Do you use all the rooms in the house? That is huge. No, not necessarily. Sort of we do. Like we have 3 family rooms. We live in one. Another one just has storage in it. And a third one is my inventory room. And then we have a room where Alexis does the shipping, and it's totally like private from us. Like it's really far away from us actually. So it's like the opposite end of the home. And then from there, there's more storage rooms and a separate laundry room. And yeah, it's actually pretty substantially sized, the houses. I guess we wouldn't have to have a house that large, but I wouldn't want to I like having a house that's sizable. It's useful. Karis has a private office for herself, and then we have a master bedroom, and then I have a private office, and then I have like multiple inventory areas and staging areas. We have like a receiving area. So, you know, toss like a family into that, and it gets really close quarters, in my opinion. Like you're gonna run out of room pretty fast. So, you know, yeah, it's just something to think about. Karis and I are both working from home, right? Well, that kind of turns into needing some offices. And this actual card shop thing I'm doing, it's not a small operation. It requires plenty of room. We were so squeezed in the last house, and it wasn't comfortable. It was like that, like the kitchen was overflowing with product, and it's like you couldn't even sit down in there. Here's this guy making a low ball offer on my Cryptid Nation MetaZoos. Oh my God. Mangas are impossible to pull, I feel. No, we've pulled multiple mangoes. Well, guys, let's find out who gets into that Mark giveaway. It's a pretty big one. Wait, where'd it go? Wasn't it in the middle? Where'd I put the Mark giveaway? Oh, well, it's gone, so I guess I can't give it out anymore. No, but seriously, where did it go? What the hell? It was right here, wasn't it? Where'd the Mark giveaway go? Oh my gosh, people keep lowballing me too. Yeah, people keep coming in. I equate it basically to begging for money, but it's everyone thinking they're like playing the game, like, oh, if I can just get this cheap, I can sell it for high. Da, 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 da. It's pretty annoying. I want to send for the rest of the packs. You can open them tonight. How many are there? Let's count them up. So here they are. So the remaining packs come out to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow, exactly 10 actually. That's pretty cool. So about one box worth. Oops. There we go. Toss that away. Also, for those of you who love One Piece, look at this. OP05 is on the menu again. $55 a pack. No mangas pulled out of this fresh case either. That's a big deal. Okay, we have pulled one of those Gear 5 Luffy's before. We pulled it for Mistral of Flame. It was a big deal. Hey, where did did you guys happen to see where I placed the giveaway? I don't see it anymore. I didn't like throw it away, right? I mean, I didn't rotate it out. I must have moved it. I had to have moved it. Maybe I put it on the back of the slabs. Hold on, wait. Who's in here, by the way? Who is this? Jose Arredondo. Huh. Weird. It should be right here. Okay, but no pressure to open it. Just don't forget during the nighttime stream. All right, nighttime. I think they went with the graded packs. I think so too. That's my theory too. But when I grab them, it's not over here. Oh, it was. I'd already checked and somehow still hid from me. I picked them up already and tested it, and I didn't run into it. So it must have been sticking. All right. Here's Soy Sauce Soprano. Ooh. Soy sauce. Now I have to go eat one of those nasty factor meals. Dude, it's hard to eat factor meals, man. They're too healthy. It's just like, yeah, here's some boiled chicken and potatoes. Holy, dude. Can I get like a pickle with this at least? Holy cow, man. And Genis. And Tonka Tootsie. I'm going to toss Miss 6 in here. 6 gets some bonus spots for a while. So now, that is straight up a $50 store credit from Mark J. Valerius. Just a straight up $50 donation. Pretty dang generous. All right, guys, I'm going to go see this early pregnancy result test. I'll see you for the late night stream. See you later, everybody.